Welcome to a world of high fantasy, where heroes range out performing daring deeds of do. Wizards casting magical spells, the likes which the gods themselves have never been able to dare perform. Dragons hold up in their lairs treasure, gems, and magic items. I'm sorry, what? Literal hellgates have opened up all over the lands? Okay, well, I mean, the heroes will stand up and take... Are you telling me to... Oh, that they were beheaded. Oh, worse? Really? Well, who's gonna... Nobody? Oh, crap.
Hi all,
Sure.
this
Got
is
it.
Mid-Dice Crisis. Please share, like, subscribe, because we are
Get the bell on.
bell notification. Yes, thank you, Torsten. Thank you. We are on our third episode, but we are one person short. Curse you.
The dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dwarf.
Because he's short.
He is short. He couldn't reach his camera. So
I'll
we're
play
going
for
to
him. I'll just yell at you guys.
Yeah, it's just random yelling. That's what we're going to do. So, we are still not sponsored, unfortunately, but if you'd like us to, we're here. Just get in touch with us on any of our sites. Finger gun.
Feel free to touch any of us.
Yes. Reach out and touch someone. Come on, it wasn't that bad.
We're going to have so much editing to
And
do.
reach out and touch one of you.
Mhm.
All right, so let's recap. When we last left our intrepid heroes, there was a lot of crap going down. They got out of the tunnels and killed two armored weirdos who seemed to be malcontents, but we're not sure because they didn't actually ask any questions.
Tried to get answers. They just weren't forthcoming.
Uh-huh. Anyway, as they went about their daily business of notifying people who say that the guards were never stationed there and what the hell are you talking about, there was also the fact that there were a bunch of monks frozen with their necks completely turned backwards and stuck on the ceiling. That is not normal monk behavior. So grabbing our human cleric grabbed our resident gnome and ran back to the farm where they had a pleasant evening rest, actually. I mean, as far as they know, only to wake up going, ah, crap, the dwarf fell asleep. Let's go check things out. So Torsten and I'm sorry, third game. Eddie, your character's name?
Riona.
Riona, thank you. I'm so sorry. Torsten and Riona went into her family house to figure out what was going on, if anything, and found that upstairs they discovered two things. One, none of her books were there anymore. Like, her room was still in good shape, but all the books were gone. And two, as they're looking under the bed, I don't know what they would find under the bed, Rihanna? What do they find in a young farm girl's underneath of the bed? Well, they
More
found another
books.
frozen corpse completely stuck to the underside of the bed frame. And that's where we pick up.
We
Rihanna.
know whose corpse it was.
Not yet.
Nope. I just book out running, screaming at the top of my lungs. Just I
And I'm
touched it, I
booking-
touched it, I touched it.
All right.
Orson, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I yell from inside the house.
I run in.
I'm looking over the body there.
Chairs are scattered. What few items are on the downstairs floor with the table, chairs, and other accoutrements thrown about as a very large, very hurried owlbear rips in through the door, all growly.
I check for any sign of life on them.
So do you currently have the bed frame back up?
Yes.
Okay. So the bed frame is just a little less thick than a human body, someone who would be in shape. The legs on the bed are what allowed it to be under there. Apparently, as you push it up and are looking at the body, it looks just like what happened to the people at the at your clergy. In fact,
So head
make
is
head
owled.
is completely owled, and they're frozen, and there's just a little bit of a fist coming out of the ice. Make a history check for me, please, sir.
If this were Call of Cthulhu, we'd be making sand checks right and left.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay.
Firing this game off right.
Yeah.
Rolling like
4.
me.
It's just what strikes you is the fact that there's a clenched fist. You're not really paying attention to the person per se, just more of the fist.
Hmm.
All right. I hear him scraping around, like he's moving bed frames and stuff. The bedroom is is he upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Can I
Is
fit
there
up the
room
stairs?
for Scrag?
Can I fit up the stairs? Is this like a teeny, skinny little ladder into a loft space? Or
Yeah, there's no stairs. It's like there's the
Right.
bottom floor, the ladder that goes up to the loft.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a well-made ladder, seen a
All
lot of use, but never that of an owlbear.
Right. I test the bottom rung of it. You know, I weigh close to 1,000 pounds. So.
Yeah. You
Oh,
put your
Poppy.
bare claws on it, and it bends like a half-cooked noodle, and you're like, "Ooh."
You're right.
Don't do that.
What happened?
There's a dead body up here.
Did you kill him?
Frozen? No. But I haven't had the chance to report back to everybody about what happened to my clergymen. But my clergymen are now dead and frozen, and very much like this gentleman up here, gentle person. I can't tell if they're male or female, but
Froze.
if I am able to move them a little closer to the edge, could you reach up here and pull them down?
Mm-hmm. How high is the ceiling?
So the loft area is approximately 8 feet up.
Yeah, I'm scraping my head, so I can just be. I stand up extra tall, and I can be peering into the room.
Okay, cool. Well,
Owlbear.
It's basically 1.5 stories, and
Okay.
it's only that because it was a repurposed barn.
Gotcha.
I pull my leather gloves on tighter, it's just to deal with the cold, and I give the body a little hoist towards the ledge so Scrat can grab a hold of it.
Okay.
Are you
So-
able to get the body off the bed frame?
It is literally like Han Solo in carbonite.
Right. So it's a bed frame that you're sliding over here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
I can
Well,
lift that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll just slide the bed frame over there.
So as you
right.
remove the hardly used mattress and the numerous blankets, quilts, afghans, and throw blankets, along with whatever Riono might have been knitting at some point. Yeah, it's on side and
All right. I'll
slide.
move the ladder out of the way, like so it's not taking up space in the hole, and tilt it up.
I
Give it to me.
give it a little heave. I pivot. Pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it the old college heave ho to
Okay.
get it over into Scrag's hands.
All right, it's not going to take too much. The two of you can get it down pretty safely, unless you don't want to.
Well, let's get them outside. They deserve at least a proper burial.
Okay.
All right.
If I can't bury my monk brothers, because boy, did the chantry not feel safe. Oh yeah, and
Oh.
no guards were on duty last night either. I need to tell Rusty that.
Unless he's frozen.
I hope Rusty's not
I take
frozen.
the bed. I set it upside down so that the body is on top,
Okay.
and I trudge out the back door. Push. Where's Riona?
She went off screaming. Maybe we should find her.
Speaking of,
I've made my way past everyone into the barn, hiding with the llamas.
You say you might want to go check Hall and Oates.
I go into the barn.
I'm gonna stay with the body.
Do I see her? Are you hiding under straw, or are you
I'm like in
basically-
between, hiding under my llamas.
Alright.
Hall
I
and
go
Oates
over
are
to the
not
llamas.
early enough risers to really want to be up. They're awake, but they're grumbly at this point.
All right, I make my way to the llamas.
So as you make
You
your way
need to
through,
see this.
as you make your way inside, Haskar, big old dwarf, is just leaning against the door frame. Fucking owlbears. What'd you do now?
Not now. You, Riona, need
kind
to
of
see. Need to
peek my
come
head out.
see. Come see. It's okay.
I grab a little bit of Hall and I grab a little bit of Oats, and I like make them get up to go out with me. I want to hear it. Let's go.
I poked my head out looking for Rusty.
I didn't know there were Wookiees.
Looking for Rusty and Daisy. Guys, might want to come look at this.
What is it?
You ever want to see a dead body?
Cool.
Of course.
Sauntering over.
Haskar throws his hammer on his shoulder and walks over. Yep. That's a dead body.
It may just be frozen.
Well,
That's a popsicle, dude.
now
There's
that
no coming back from that.
now that I've got everybody here, when I went to make my report to the clergy, I hold up the drawing of the symbol that the that the clergyman took. I asked him about this symbol. He said you need to look into it. So I went to go and report to the captain of the guards about our guard that went into the sewer with us, Rusty. And it turns out there's no guard under that name. Nor were there any guards at the sewers. Like actual guards.
Well, that's a little sketchy.
So I'm not getting paid, am I?
And when I went back to the clergy to try to get paid, I found everyone inside on the ceiling looking down at me like that guy right there.
There are more frozen dead people in a church.
Yes.
Like this?
Yes.
I look
Yeah.
at the guy that's frozen. Do I recognize him?
Yeah.
You can make an investigation check.
I would like to try to pry open his hand.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're looking, you can't see the face because of the orientation of the face. You do see that they are wearing long robes, and there is a hand that is partially sticking out of the ice, clutching something.
I will break the ice around the head.
Okay. Make a strength check for me.
Sure enough. 17.
17 is fine. As you tap on it with your big owlbear foot, you just kind of press in a little bit instead of just slamming down, and you start hearing what sounds like metal key being tapped against a piano chord. And it finally breaks, causing the head to go not quite separate.
Does this ice appear to be natural or magical?
No,
Make an Arcana check.
thing is,
As
if
a
it's
9.
if it's natural ice, it was created by a spell. I think pretty
So
in-depth.
it's cold and it's ice. But the temperature currently, while it is fall time, it's not that cold, and you can't really account for it being indoors.
Mhm. I am trying to actively keep an ear open for and an eyes open for anything strange that might be around, because this is obviously clearly not normal. So I am paying more than mild attention to everything that isn't us and this body.
Sure. And Torsten, you said you were going to try to pry the hand open?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to make a medicine check.
As he's doing that, Riona, I'm going to basically be doing this, rubbing my hands to get them warm. And my logic is I'm gonna rub my hands together, get real warm, and melt the ice around the hand to help Torsten. AKA I'm producing flames without knowing it. My cantrip for the first time. So I'm just like, warm. Oh God, there's fire.
15
15.
on the medicine check.
So as Riona rubs her hands furiously,
I'm gonna make it warm and melt it.
she puts her hands over the hand before you reach down, and as you see light burst between your fingers, you pull your hands back and you see a trail of flame going, and you're like, ah, ah," and you flap them out for a second.
Fire!
But the warmth, the skin looks a little less like mine on the camera right now.
Yeah, I've been enjoying your zombie lighting motif you've got going on. It's really pretty awesome.
Supposed to be ethereal, sir. But yeah, one by one, those fingers do bend backwards without snapping off.
I'm Riona's
there-
back here just playing. I'm just playing with the flame now, like fire, no fire, fire, no fire.
Is
She's
there
lost interest in the dead
anything-
body.
Is there anything in the hand?
There is something very familiar. It
Let's-
looks like a pewter dragon hand holding a ball.
And it said ball of skull.
Nope, it's always been a ball.
Mm. I
What?
pluck it out of his hand and I show everybody. This look familiar, guys? And I hold up the drawing.
I'm not paying attention. I'm over here just fire, no fire, fire, no fire.
I'd say
I-
someone's bathtub is awfully wobbly.
I'm over watching her and Hall and Oates because they're a little bright-eyed too. Mommy's never had fire before.
Yeah, is this symbol that Torsten has that is also the thingy? Is it a symbol that anybody, any one of us might have ever seen before?
Make an Arcana roll if you like. That's
Okay.
to anyone who's curious.
15.
15.
I still have no answers. 6.
14.
Above.
I'm not rolling.
Yeah. What I'm trying to figure out is this like the secret thing that is like being foisted on the area now, or is this maybe evidence of a group that we already know about that is doing something bad?
This I again I share with you what so my clergy masters, this is obviously not a holy symbol, or else
But anyway,
we would
did
know
15
it.
do anything? Did 15 do anything?
No,
No. All right.
not that you're aware of.
So we got no idea.
And unfortunately he never got the chance to research what it really is because, well, he was killed for it. And I fear, my friends, that we may be in the line of fire now.
May I hold the icon?
Sure. And I hand it over to Rusty.
I'll hold it in my hands and close my eyes. I fear this represents a cult of dragon worshippers attempting to take control of the world.
Rusty,
It's
can
not
doing it
your
worse of a
craziest
job than
theory.
No. Rusty, can you roll a d20 for me and tell me what you get?
I kind of lean
7.
over to Daisy. There are cults of dragons?
I want to join the cult of dragons.
I think he means dragon cult, as in people who worship dragons, dear.
Oh.
So, Rusty,
And the issue with that?
as you are holding this and you're like, to me, this seems like, and as you say the words, your voice gets kind of a hollow echo in your ears until it becomes very quiet. And then it amplifies greatly into a loud ringing, almost painful. And you close your eyes tightly, shake your head a little bit. And when you open your eyes again, you see a scene of absolute destruction. There's a crater. There's dragons. There's an enormous monstrosity with multiple legs. The dragons are flying around it. One gets slapped out of the air. Another one is breathing its fiery breath, or its breath weapon on the large creature. Behind it, light pulsates, an eerie bluish white, and frost begins spiking up along the ground, impossibly huge just to be frost. And then everything goes white, and your vision returns to normal.
Ah! Not this again! I'll tell everyone what I saw. Seen this before. Not like this. This was much more detailed than what I've seen before.
I get a damp cloth and start dabbing at his head. I'm like, okay, buddy, it's just calm down.
Tell me one of you believes me this time.
I walked over and grabbed one of the small casks and I'm bringing it and setting it down beside him. This might help.
I'm sitting next to him, just enthralled from his story. Like, what do you mean?
Visions are to be taken seriously, if not literally. Definitely serious.
I know I've never been right before, but this one keeps happening.
So, dragons fighting multi-legged creature, and then ice taking over?
The ice was coming from the multi-legged creature.
Possibly large ice. It isn't natural. It can't be a coincidence.
And a crater.
Did it look like an area that we've been in recently?
I know the area.
Where's
At
this
least-
area?
At least when I seen it before, it was the halfling girl with the comet in her hand. It was Port Damali.
A halfling girl with a what in her hand?
Comet. And the blue and the silver dragons were fighting together. The spider web falls and the door opens. And now this new one.
Okay, maybe you're done drinking out of the cask.
Having mentioned the cask, you look down. You have not uncorked the cask. It is still corked.
I uncork it for myself and start taking a drink.
Make a constitution check for me.
Oh God, what kind of alcohol do I have hidden under the
Yeah.
bar?
Hold on. Sorry, I'm still learning where everything is.
All good.
Fine.
Towards the top.
A very dire.
16. Because I have a -2.
No worries. With a 16, as soon as you uncork it, tilt it back, and it enters your mouth, you begin to just naturally start to try to drink it, realizing that it is not liquid. It is powder. And as you start choking and coughing up this powder, this black powder. Sorry,
Yeah, when Justin gives you a prosaic description of things and it makes it sound like, oh yeah, oh by the way, you haven't drunk this yet. That's an invitation for you to start making some saving throws pretty soon.
but it is a black powder. Smells very sulfuric, and it tastes very bitter.
I drop the cask and Rihanna, what the hell is this? What is it's
I didn't even know my father had a secret layer under the barn. I don't know. Did it go bad? Does alcohol go bad?
That's not alcohol, honey.
Oh.
Alcohol doesn't smell like hellfire.
Well,
Doesn't
Or fart.
turn into dust. I give it a sniff. Does
What
it-
did you say? I inspected to
wiping
see
my
if it's
face off
actually
trying to-
what I think it is.
Say again.
I inspected to see if it's actually what I think it is.
All right. Make an investigation.
Apparently, I think it's candy.
Like pixie sticks. Yum.
Right.
Guys, just in case this is a heads up, we're having a pretty bad storm where I'm at.
Oh, really?
Don't know about you guys, but I saw the lights flicker.
Oh, crap.
So just in case.
Okay.
Does that
But
mean
yeah.
that we can start
Yeah.
again tomorrow?
So as you're spitting out this black powder and the owlbear sniffs it, it makes him sneeze a little bit, sending it everywhere.
Does any float near a flame?
I'm not doing the flames anymore, so I stopped when he started having his little vision because I was enthralled with that. But I would like to go over and inspect it myself out of maybe figuring out what from a story I've read before.
Sure.
So investigation.
Or history.
Natural 20 for 21. Reading.
Nice.
It'll save
Get
you
that.
one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never has it ever helped. Stay in school. Stay in school, kids. So yeah, you have read about faraway lands that is I believe it is to the northwest, if I'm not mistaken. And it is filled with gnomes, and their proclivity is to tinker around quite a bit. And they also have this amazing powder that when it is heated, it goes boom.
What I thought it was.
Now I'm curious. So I take a little bit in my hand and I will make a small hole in the ground, put it on the ground, stand a few feet back and just kind of produce fire onto the small black powder. Just like,
Okay. So real life application. You never really get all the black powder off your hands.
no, I know.
So as you're like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. And as you start trying to conjure fire
Eyebrows
a
gone.
little bit, this dark black cloud of smoke envelops your head for a second, and the world has ended. It's just a flash and black. You are temporarily blinded.
And he would know. He used to do fireworks. So,
Well,
yeah.
do I lob the fire and make the cloud?
Roll performance for me.
I will definitely do that with my +5 with another fucking natural 20 for 25.
No way.
Look at how you're wasting your crit.
I know. I'm wasting them on fun.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh my god.
Get them out now.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you
right.
battle.
Exactly. Get him
We
out
can get
now.
stuck later.
While it's not life-threatening at all.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so as you are blinded and you're like, yeah, you don't hear the as the ground just bursts into flare.
Well, you guys all get to see it as I'm blinded trying to get the dust and soot out of my eyes.
I am having a nerdgasm at the time because that is just the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then realize I need to go wash my face and possibly change clothes.
Fire. Pimp, 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 pimp. Fire, step out the fire. Step out the fire.
And
I
can-
give that cask a wide berth. I don't want to be anywhere close to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Stuff
go and
looks
put
like
the
a lot
cork
of
back
fun.
in just so no more powder comes out.
Hasker walks up. Gets a little bit of it on his fingers, looks at it, sniffs it, licks it a little bit. Oh, that's black powder.
Fuck you.
I mean, literally and figuratively. It's what they use for those weapons up north.
The cannons?
Some, yeah,
Why?
but
Why?
smaller.
Why would my father have black powder, alcohol, and gold hidden under a barn?
Didn't you
I
say
don't
he was
know,
in the
lass.
military?
I think
Went
the
to go-
simple answer is your father was much more interesting than you thought.
My father was very interesting. He used to read me books, and he went to go fight in a war. Did you go fight in a war?
More
Well,
interesting.
I
I
tried.
joined the military. That was a bad time.
Escar
I went to magic
absentmindedly-
school.
Escar absentmindedly strokes the cleft scar. He's like, "Yeah, I tried that. Didn't work out so much."
Maybe he was hiding it in case the battle came closer to your home so that maybe he could help protect you? Or get him drunk and then blow him up in the barn? Something I might.
My dad didn't
do.
drink. There was no
I
no alcohol on the premises, and then I find alcohol.
Well, I didn't say he drank. Maybe he saved it for his special guests.
What do you mean special
What?
guests?
Well, enemies coming through, not realizing who he is. And he offers them hospitality. They can stay in the barn and then he blows them all up. Sounds like an intelligent plan.
I don't know.
I think that trick only works once.
Yeah. I
Well,
saw
if there's
that
not many of them,
once.
and you never know how smart was the enemy?
So Huskar walks over and begins inspecting the other little casks, all the same. Every single one of them, black powder.
Real
Can't they also
question.
use this?
The real question is who's frozen here? And
Oh, I
what do
forgot
they
about
have?
him.
What do they have to do? What does this farm mean to his monastery?
The gnome.
Why is this happening?
We're supposed to go talk to the gnome. He knows all the answers. That's what the Rat King said. The gnome by the docks. He would know about my father, and he knows all the answers.
Okay,
That's what the Rat King said.
first things first. I'm sorry, Rihanna. This is a bit macabre, but you think you can see if you can identify who this body is?
And
If
why he
I-
was in your bed?
If I could see his face, but
That's
it's
a question for
turned-
another time.
I
His
smashed
face
the,
is
I
turned
smashed
You were
the ice.
freaky.
I smashed the ice. His head is now free of the ice.
So yeah,
Ugh.
the ice itself is still stuck to the bed frame. The top of it just being a thin slab of wood. I think with a little pressure, a little prying, not to mention the fact that the ice is all cracked. Eventually, you can peel that back.
Claws scrape it away.
I
Ugh.
go for the head and just
I'll move it for her.
like I tried
Make
to
her not touch it. She doesn't.
I'm just watching all of this unfold, shaking my head.
I look at the face.
Sure, not a face you recognize.
Don't know it. Don't know it. Put it back down. Put it down, please.
Do any of the rest of us recognize it?
You can make history checks if you want.
Okay. And I'm
Everybody's
12.
17.
Got a 16.
Daisy, even with 17, you wouldn't know this person. However, Thorsten does. It's Brother Leonard.
Another of my.
Why was he breaking into my house?
That's a great question, dear.
Where are my books?
But Daisy, while you don't recognize the face, as your eyes look down at some of the wood that has been scraped away from the bed frame, you do realize that it is wood, but there has been something etched into it.
I'm gonna go take a look. Can you finish getting this out of the way? There's something written on the wood.
I could do this. Fire.
Oh,
Don't.
I'll just.
This
This is not gross to me, so I just pe- separate the body from the bed.
So it
Can I
feels-
read what's been engraved?
Can you read abyssal?
A thistle,
Mm-hmm.
like a flower from.
No, abyssal language.
no, I cannot.
No, I cannot.
No one? Okay, then no, you cannot. It is written in a circle, as best as you can tell from the scraps that you put together, and it is just etched into the wood.
I would definitely recognize it as not holy.
Yes.
Forston, could you possibly copy this to paper that we could take with us when we leave? We might be able to find someone who can translate it for us.
I jot down the symbols and stuff. Careful not to put them next to one another or complete the circle or anything in my notebook.
You being all careful.
Well, just because I can't read it doesn't mean I don't understand the magics of the demons. So I do
burn this.
I do it in sections,
Fire?
taking notes,
Not yet.
and
Keep your pants on.
I fear, my friends, that that the clergy that I was sent to is full of, let's just say,
Very bad people.
very bad people.
Yeah. That's why I avoid organized religion.
The dead body that he kind of just scraped out of my bed,
Well, mostly in ice.
mostly in ice. Does it look like he has like a bag or a backpack on him that's frozen in the ice as well?
Nope.
Where are my books, darn it? Rihanna goes, I'm going inside the house and I'm gonna look for my books.
What
Tearing
books are
apart
you
my own
missing?
house. I'm missing like 6 adventure books, and I spent a lot of gold on that and went hungry some nights for these books.
Have you read the books before?
Maybe. But they're my books, and I don't have many possessions, as you can see in my house, and they are very important to me.
Do you remember what they were about?
Well, adventures and traveling and
Traveling
you know,
where?
anywhere but this stupid town.
Well, no, what I mean is it lands off to the northwest, or is it, you
Well,
think most of
one-
it's supposed to be just made up? Or are these actually
Oh.
supposed to be true stories?
Well, one was based on the traveling through the 9 gates of hell. I only got to gate 3 though.
Yeah, I dated a guy from there. Didn't go well.
Other ones
We-
were just about pirates sailing around, and then there was one about this wizard who had a cat and he traveled around and met a bunch of people. It was really cool.
We need to leave.
I agree.
I work for not nice people, and
Yes.
they don't do one thing and then stop.
Well,
This farm is not safe for you anymore.
you
It is
guys,
not safe for anything here.
Riona?
well, you guys can all go if you want, but I'm going to the Gnome and then coming back here where I live.
Well, the gnome, yes.
You
The
won't
here, the
live
no.
if you stay here.
Let's
There's a dead person. So someone has been here
And I'm gonna
and we didn't
go
see
tell
or
the
hear
guard.
them.
Lass,
Uh,
I think this might be a bad idea.
Haskar, please talk to her.
I don't know these people, but I do know dead bodies are never a good sign.
Disease,
Look,
rodents.
my home is
the
in
people who
town.
killed them.
I have certain things in place that would enable us to hide and stay safe for a long period of time. What do you say we all go talk to the wizard? And depending on how things go, we can hide out in my bunker for a while.
Is this a bunker I'm going to be like crawling into? Because none of us are as
This is a
Right,
gnomish
as you.
hole in the ground, and that means comfort.
But how is he gonna fit? Pointing to Scrack.
Don't worry.
You may need to sell your llamas unless you can find someplace else for them.
They're coming with me. They go everywhere I go.
I was hoping you'd
Let's-
say that. We'd like to use your cart so that we can take some of the black powder with us. It might come in handy.
Could at least sell it.
Hmm.
Or blow up the local guild so Scrack and I don't have to worry about dying when we go back into town.
Well, it's just this gold that we
Not a good
found
town.
and that tiara you're wearing are real. I don't think you'll be hurting for money.
And we might want to find out who that tiara that is so pretty and makes you look so delightful, who it might have belonged to. They could be looking for it.
So I shouldn't wear it.
No, you should put it in a nice safe bag.
It is far too ostentatious for a girl like you.
Oh, I think it looks fabulous with her hair. All
I can-
poofy and
I can hold it.
I give
Oh.
Haskar the crown.
he has
So
to
he can
wear
put it
it.
in his bag.
He has to wear it.
He shoves it in his pack and looks at you and goes, "Not today, not ever."
Oh, come on. I'm sure it'd make you look all sorts of handsome.
I'm liking the idea of these people less and less.
I'm gonna go inside and start packing and trying to figure out what the hell I need to leave my house, which means I have to somehow get rid of my chickens, get rid of my sheep, lock up my house. So I'm having a panic attack inside my house trying to figure out what to pack, what to do, what to sell, because I cannot live here anymore because people popped out of my well.
Riona, I travel a lot and I do have a home. I can help you if you would let me. May I join you and help you so it's a little less stressful for you?
You can help. I gotta figure out how to sell off my chickens. I have to sell off my sheep. Oh God, it's
Do
just
you
circles.
know any of the neighbors?
Uh,
I know they're
Mm.
not close, but or is there anyone that you know in the town that you could bless with the chickens and the sheep?
I wasn't really allowed to talk to anybody, and anyone I did talk to was at my stall when I was selling things. Didn't really make friends.
I have a chicken.
Are you gonna eat the chicken?
I, wa-
I'm hungry.
I walk up to Riona and I say, look, I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what's really going on, but what I do know is that as long as we stick together, everything's going to be okay. So open your gates, let the chickens be chickens, let the sheep be sheep.
There's plenty of grass around.
There's plenty of food around for them. Bring Hall and Oats with you to keep and make sure to bring a trinket of home and lock your doors tightly and bring only what you need.
And don't come back.
Because locking the doors totally worked last night.
And should the day come that you get to return home, we will all return home with you.
Make sure it's safe.
It's not safe now.
It's
I
just
run
gonna
the chicken down.
Yeah, just go
Make a
eat the
dexterity
chickens.
check for me.
All right, you want a dex check for?
Yeah, I do.
All right, fine.
Imagining
That's
this giant owlbear running around chasing the chickens.
Okay, I don't catch a chicken. I
That's a
chase.
3.
I chase for a bit and I don't catch a chicken.
Just a
That's
little too
embarrassing.
out of your reach. Just when you think you can
Ugh,
slam your big
ugh,
paw down, it like slips between your talons. Just
I-
feathers going everywhere. It is mocking you at this point.
Brianna, come watch this. This is hysterical.
I get the big chunk of meat that I bought last night that's gonna go bad on a travel, and I just chuck it out the window and let Scrag have it. Big 5 silver piece worth of meat.
The big chunk of meat.
Yeah.
We could dry said meat, but that's okay.
It takes days to dry meat.
Should we take one of
We don't
the
have time.
sheep with us as well? Just attach it to the cart. That way, while we're traveling, we'd have mutton later.
Chickens are fairly portable.
So as you're all saying
If
this,
you catch 'em.
Haskar pulls out his rope that he had used earlier and just goes over to the sheep, just starts looping around their necks, tying them off. Owlbear,
Mm.
you're not gonna eat the sheep, are you?
Oh, I'm full now.
All right. We can take them into town and sell them.
I will pack all my yarn, leaving all my finished products except for a blanket for everybody. So they all have blankets. And
Aw.
all my yarn packed in a basket. My backpack is just full of odds and ends and things that I have that I can bring with me.
Yeah, I get
And just
the
walks around
biggest
with
blanket
this.
you've got. I take the biggest blanket you got and just
Mm.
shroud myself under the blanket.
I get my
So
basket.
I know the back. I know the back way into the docks.
Hey, Haskar, do you have a little extra rope that we could turn his blanket into a cloak of sorts to help him keep it on so it doesn't get snagged by a tree and get pulled off?
Fiona's already walking up and starting to sew the cloak, making it more like a hood and
Mm.
Thank you, sweetheart.
trying to like tuck it around him.
Owlbear, stand up for me. So the dwarf kind of curses under his breath a little bit, walks over, gets a barrel, climbs on top of it. As soon as he gets it up to you, takes a stone and a piece of twine, puts the stone inside the cloth, folds the cloth over under your neck, and just starts wrapping the twine around the stone, and ties it off tight, and he goes, so it doesn't fall off. When you stand up, maybe you'll pass for a, I don't know, bugbear or something.
Follow me into town. I can keep us mostly out of sight. It's bad if people notice me.
Oh, it will
I
be.
set up my tiny cart that's not very big, could maybe fit me sitting in it if I wanted to, but it's just has my would-be backpack, all the blankets for everybody, anyone else's backpack, and I connect it to Hall & Oates.
Yep. They are not happy because they haven't had water, they haven't had food, they haven't had anything this morning. They are just spitting a storm right now.
When we get to town, you'll be spoiled. We don't have time. Just lead the sheep. Go. I know you can understand me.
I have some small apples that I've been carrying with my travels. They can have them if apples aren't bad for them.
They can have apples. Eh?
I give each one an apple and rub behind their ears.
First, Hall immediately snatches them up. Oates is like,
It's good llama impersonation.
thank you.
Llama
That's very good.
face.
That was part of his, dating ritual.
Yes.
Little did we know that the dungeon master specializes in impressions of camelids.
Yeah.
Yep. Dirty little secret is out.
All right, so we're not that far away from town because
No.
we came out. I mean,
30-minute walk tops. if
well,
you're
no,
slow.
I mean it's like there's tunnels that go from town that led to your well, so it's like
Mhm.
we can't possibly be. You're right on the edge.
Well, it's taken us 45 minutes to get ready, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I'm sorry that I had to pack
but I'll
up
tell
my
you,
entire life
I'll
and
lead
put it in a cart.
everybody. Like I know the back alleys because I try to stay out of the way. Like I got to move around, but I just try to not be in the locus of action in the town. So I'll like take us around the outskirts and through between houses and where folks aren't, and
Normally
get
it
us as
takes
close to the docks as we can.
normally it takes you about 30 minutes to get to the market area from your farm. Not far. It's mostly downhill and it's easy to access. It's a straight line. The way the owlbear is taking you, however, takes you about hour and a half, 2 hours, dodging in and out, trying to push the cart through the alleyways sometimes, getting some odd looks from people on occasion. But Haskar kind of hefts his hammer at them and leans in, goes, "Lass, we're near my house. You mind if I go take care of something?"
Promise to come back.
You still gonna be with them?
I don't have anywhere else to go.
He kind of looks at everyone, looks at the half elf, looks at the human, looks at the gnome, looks at the owlbear.
Come on, dude, we're not that bad. Really?
Leans in really close, tickling your ear with his mouth and whiskers of his beard. He's like, "Stay close to the owlbear. I trust him. I don't like him, but I trust him."
As he's leaning in, I just lean over and kiss his forehead. I say, "Find me later." And I go and stand next to Skrek with the llamas.
Snatches his blanket off of the back of your cart. "Why has it got to be pink?" Yes.
You know it's your favorite color.
Pink is the male color and blue is the girl.
Traditionally. And he trudges off. Does anybody know where you're going?
Going to the docks.
Okay. Skrek, make an investigation roll.
I don't.
You don't. Oh. You just know where the docks are. You're
Right.
not sure exactly where they need to go. You just know
Yeah,
where the docks
yeah, yeah.
are.
Nobody's told
Rusty-
me exactly where to go, so
Rusty, you and Torsten are a little more familiar with this location. Make perception for me.
Oh boy.
While they're making perception of the
11.
area. Oh.
Also
me-
an 11. So together that's 22.
I was gonna say while they're looking around the area, Riona is looking at the ground. I'm trying to find a rat.
Okay. Roll investigation for me.
that should be easy.
9. Woo! I wasted all my 20s.
Yeah,
find
exactly.
all
you.
manner of rats just everywhere you go. I mean, that one wasn't actually a rat, it was a rock, and that was a potato. But there's a rat. No, that one's dead. A little harder than you thought, but you're pretty sure there should be a rat somewhere around here.
Should have got his name.
It's just the gnome that lives in the hollow tree or something. And right, it was gnome in a
So
tree or gnome on the docks.
When she says hollow tree and docks, do I know where that is? Can I like make a check?
So you, Rusty, and Torsten would probably know with those clues, aside
Yeah.
from just a general area and a race of
Mhm.
being. There is only one tree in the
Mhm.
entirety of the area of the docks vicinity. And it is said that there is an eccentric wizard that lives in that enormous tree that can be seen from quite a distance.
I know where you're going. All right.
I even
Have you know, not all of us gnomes know each other. I happen to know the guy you're talking about.
Mm.
Is it true that all gnomes are born from trees? Or was that just something I read?
The hell kind of books are you reading?
Whatever I can find.
No, it's not true.
So you don't make cookies in trees.
That's elves.
So I look at Daisy. You make
We
cookies
don't
in
make
trees?
cookies in trees.
Wrong kind of elf, dear.
I'm a little too
It's
tall. to
only
fit in
one
a tree.
particular type of elf that makes cookies and trees.
Now I want a cookie.
I want a
Oh.
cookie.
So as you make
Right now,
your way, you are going through the streets. It's a little more crowded. The day is young and people are out doing their daily activities of selling and buying and working. The smell of blacksmiths and bakeries, and speaking of bakeries, the witching flower should be around here somewhere if you want to stop for a cookie. But
Mm-mm.
nope. Okay.
Not a cookie expedition.
Oh, not that
Mentioned
kind
that
of
in the
cookie
last.
expedition.
Explain to us again how you DPK'd us getting cookies.
It was a good cookie.
It was.
It's the best cookie.
Oh, geez.
But eventually you do see above the rooftops the skeletal branches, not a single leaf on any of the branches, but it is an enormous tree, and built all along the tree and its boughs are different structures built defying gravity almost. None of them have windows, a few balconies here and there, but
Yeah, I know this place.
well, you know this from the one shot. But as you get closer, you do see that there is a wide berth given to this area. Nobody's going up to it, nobody's going around the trunk, but there is a roped off section of stairs that lead up the trunk in a spiral.
So do we knock on the trunk or yell at the, well, there's no window. Yell at the tree and say, hey, we're here to talk. Anyone have an idea?
I'll just start walking up. There's got to be an entrance somewhere on here.
As you are walking up, you see a humanish looking woman. Hair is done beautifully. The red sparkling gown and red silk gloves going up past the elbows. The feet are in these pristine, bright red, high-heeled shoes, and there even appears to be fishnet around the one exposed leg through the slit of the dress.
Is she a drag queen?
And a feathered boa. And as they remove the feathered boa, cursing and throwing the boa, you see the beard. and he's walking down. Can't believe they did this to me, Dad. Gonna find him. I'm gonna kill him. As he walks down the steps and knocks over the rope and trudges on.
Whoever's responsible for that must be really awful. It must be really
That
bad
was the
people.
most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'm definitely going to continue going up.
Fabulous dress.
Yeah, it looks really good on him. Gives him a nice hourglass figure.
One
His legs look
hand,
amazing.
one clawed and scaled hand comes up for a big bird as he walks on.
Mhm.
That's something
I-
you don't see every day.
I pick up the boa as I'm going up the stairs. I'm sure Riona will love this.
And now you
I'm
all know
gonna-
where that boa went from the last game.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm going to, hook up Hall and Oates, tell him to stay. Look, there's a water bucket. You can drink out of that. I'm going up the stairs.
Going upstairs and going downstairs.
All right.
There's no railing, but it is wide enough for the owlbear.
I'm kind of
Good.
clinging to the tree as we go up. I'm not anywhere near the edge on this. I'm like using the tree as safety.
The wood planks look like they were formed from the actual tree, like grown out into steps.
I
Until
am
you-
definitely admiring the magic and the ability to manipulate the tree the way it has. I haven't seen something like this since I've been home.
So you do eventually reach a landing area and a huge stained glass window. Gnomes with a trebuchet launching each other at a stained glass dragon who is catching them and just like catching them out of the air and just wagging a finger and then bowling them back and knocking over the other gnomes that are trying to use the trebuchet.
Look, they're
Yeah.
playing Dragon Ball.
Eventually, the dragon does take out a large leather mitt, stained glass form, and just starts doing this.
Rusty,
I'll have you know that this is not accurate representation of my people.
I was just about to ask that, Rusty, if this is what your people do.
No.
The dragon looks directly at Rusty.
It's not. Those are clearly rock gnomes. Fine. Is your master at home?
You're talking
Is there a
to-
door that we can
You're
knock on?
useful. Do we speak a magic word and you open for us?
Is
I
no one-
tap on the
is-
glass with a claw.
Is no one else going to find it weird that we're talking to a stained glass door?
What's
Or that it's
responding?
reacting to
We-
us?
we-
Started
we-
our
we
day
just
by
saw a
finding a
frozen
frozen
body.
body under a bed.
That I'm not still sure it. Never mind. I won't say that.
I grab Rusty and I start digging through his pockets. Where's that the symbol thingy? Symbol thingy.
Dragon claw ball
Yeah,
thing?
gimme.
Here.
I show the dragon. Huh? Do you know what this is? Damn it. I thought it because he was a dragon.
Ah.
And as your claws had clacked against the actual stained glass, you see his claw get a little closer perspective wise until it looks like it taps the same glass, and as it slides down, a seam of lead goes down with the claw, and it starts crackling out, forming an opening.
You did it, Scrack.
Riona, do not run through the door until we figure out if it's safe.
I was gonna knock and stick my
Oh.
head in.
Duck my
No.
way in.
No,
Why
you
does
don't.
he get to go?
Because he's bigger and he can fight. And if he has to, he can eat someone.
Well, why are we fighting? The gnome guy's supposed to answer questions. If he eats the gnome, I'll never know about my dad.
For the love of God, child. I am taking you on an adventure if we survive this, just to give you some worldly experience.
And here I thought we were already on an adventure, and I offer my arm to Riona.
Yeah, I duck my way through the doorway.
Take his arm and I walk in with him.
I didn't say you couldn't go in. I just said don't run in. We need to figure out if it's safe. We don't want to lose you.
We go in.
Do I see anything, smell anything that alarms me?
The light in the room that you walk into, there's only one light source. It is a fireplace. It is casting a nice orange glow about the room, but the room has been tossed. Like there's stuff all over the floor and tables, papers, items. It is a freaking mess.
Is it truly been tossed, or is this just the normal wizardly way?
Oh, you can tell that there are books just strewn on the floor.
Okay, it's been
some things
tossed
have been
because they
knocked.
respect their books.
Some things have been knocked over. You can see easily enough in there without having to revert to your dark vision.
Mhm.
But as you're all standing there taking this all in, the slit in the stained glass repairs itself,
Mhm.
and you are inside.
I let go of Torsten's arm and I go over to the books and I start like picking one up, flipping through it, putting it on a shelf. Pick it up, flip through it, put it on a shelf.
Okay.
Just
I'm looking around at the items on the floor, seeing if there's anything that might help us in our quest.
Okay.
Magical, dagger.
Make an inspection or investigation roll for me.
15.
15, nice. You do find some papers, some books. There is a silver letter opener.
Oh yeah.
Well, this will definitely be useful.
Do I smell anything that would suggest either maybe a dead body or maybe frozen meat?
Not at this time, but you can smell that several people were here recently.
Okay.
I'd like to call out in Gnomish. Master, your dragon servant has let us in. We are here. We mean you no harm.
All you can hear is the crackling of the fire.
How many? What exits are there from this room?
None that you can tell unless you make an investigation check.
I'm investigating.
With advantage, we'll say with
Oh, okay.
those.
Well, I got a 16, so
Okay,
let's see
nice.
if I do even better than that. A 19.
Nice.
I wasted 2 good rolls on an advantage roll. Yeah.
You're about 15 above what you normally roll. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It had 2 numbers in it instead of 1.
Double digits. Okay. So,
Double digits. That sounds like my paycheck.
yeah, right.
I wish.
Wait, you're getting paid?
So as you're sniffing around,
Right.
you do smell that there were several people here.
Mhm.
And there are 2 areas. One is part of a bookshelf, and the other is the fireplace where you can smell other scents coming from
Mhm.
behind.
So, is there any furniture in the room?
Oh yeah, there's tables and chairs.
Have
There's
they all been turned over?
the furniture's not been messed with as much as just the items that were on the furniture and in the cabinets and on the shelves.
Alright.
But yeah, the
Yes.
fireplace and the bookshelf.
With the books I'm looking at and putting up, anytime I see the word druid, I keep the book. Not putting it in my purse or anything. Even if it's just one line of druid, put that aside. Book, druid, book. Because that's the only word that Oates gave me is that, oh, you're a druid.
Okay.
Is there any furniture in here that could be concealing a frozen body underneath?
You can tell that the furniture was made a long time ago, and it is of a medium-sized humanoid standard.
But like a table, a table is a thin piece of wood, and if there was a frozen
Right.
body, you would
Right, you
see a
could be able to
frozen
see it.
body.
Right.
Like,
But no,
just looking at it.
no, none.
Okay.
None stick out to you. No.
All right. No couches that could fit anything underneath or anything like that. That's all right. Okay. Well, I'm trying to investigate the fireplace then.
Okay. Investigating the fireplace. Having trouble
Yeah.
speaking tonight. Sorry. The only thing you can tell is that it has a scent behind it, and there's scrapes on the floor.
Okay. I look around, any like candelabra or anything on a mantle.
Oh, everything's been tossed. I mean,
So,
there's
all
still
right. So
stuff
the
up there.
mantle is like cleared off.
It's not clear, but you can see it's been pilfered through.
All right. I start pawing at the items there. See if I try to brush the mantle off, and if anything doesn't brush off, then it's probably like attached.
Okay.
In some way.
So the amazing thing is there were a lot more breakables on the mantle than you thought.
You're like a cat right now, just.
But they fall to the floor. Some bounce, some break, some seem to not really appreciate it. As you see something swirling in a glass jar at some point, and an eye pops up, and then another eye, and then a few other eyes. But after a while, you don't really see anything on the mantle that might say "Open Sesame," but you do hear something. You can hear the slight sound of footprints.
How deep is the
muttering.
fireplace?
There's someone behind us.
2 feet.
This
Just
is
remember,
a door.
folks, we're in their home.
This is a door.
I'm feeling around for something small that could trigger the fireplace to be moved, and trying to see if where we saw the scrapes.
All right, the scrapes are in front of the poker.
All right.
So
Is
they
it
just
like
set
an
up-
orbital scrape that suggests
No.
something swinging or something? Is something sliding?
Slides.
Like
yes.
in. All right. Okay. This is the gnome wizard's house. That was Riona's house. And we found a dead body.
Fiona walks up. I walk up with like 4 books, and I'm just like, so this is a door? Is what you're saying?
This is a door.
Knock, 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 knock. On the fireplace.
Daisy, give me an investigation real quick.
Do. Well, 4.
You're distracted
Stop
by my
picking your
knocking.
nose.
My butt
You are-
itches, so I'm scratching.
Yeah, there you go. As you get that really good scratch in, that really satisfying scratch, everybody's kind of looking at you like,
You're not trying.
but
Correct.
after a while,
Does any of the scents here? You say you smell other people. Any of them match scents from Riona's home?
You want me to make a
Sniff
wisdom
check?
roll or something for that?
like,
8.
Eight.
I don't think so.
So
This smells different.
as you hear the footprints, or the footsteps getting closer, and a voice is muttering, you hear a click, and the fireplace poker spins a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and the fireplace slides in just a little bit, and then to the side, as you see a small, elderly, gnomish figure adjusting his glasses, tufts of hair, goatee is bright white, and he looks like he is covered in just this weird orange dust, just patting himself off and looking at his notes, and he doesn't seem to notice you at first as he walks in and twists the poker again, sets it back in place.
Standing there holding books.
Right.
Hi.
And I'm just kind of looming right there.
Yes, this giant man.
Leaning against the fireplace wall next to it.
Your
So he's
door
walking past
dragon
me.
let us in.
Kind of calms himself for a second, looks over towards the stained glass window, and you guys can see that the dragon is looking at you through the stained glass.
You're fired. You're absolutely fired. First, you let in those miscreants that give me that strange glyph thing. And did you see what they did to their own party member? Yes. And then there was the group that I was expecting, but I don't think they came through this area. But
Did
that's
you say
okay.
strange glyph?
Strange? No. I'm sorry. How may I be of service to you?
The Rat King sent us to talk to you. Are these books about druids? Because I found words that said druid.
He adjusts his glasses and looks at the books,
Yes, thank you.
and he puts his hands on them and starts trying to take them back.
I'd like to read these.
Oh, that's nice. They are mine though.
And he starts pulling them back.
I'm a quick reader.
Ah,
Make a strength check.
It's a +0, so whatever I roll, I roll.
What?
20.
What?
Natural 20
Oh my
+0.
God, Jesus.
When it matters, guys. I need these books or I'll never understand how
my
to be a
God.
druid.
So he's pulling, and
She
you
has
see
all
his
of my dice
little-
rolling luck.
You see his little body is tense, and your body is tense, and you, this young farm girl who has grown up tending the herds and shearing and doing everything, your hands just go. Whoosh. He comes with them. He rolled a 2.
Oops.
He's like,
you know.
I'll pay for them.
Well, let's see. I'm not
But-
really into
but-
selling.
I need you to answer questions as well. Because I wouldn't have come here if the Rat
You know-
King didn't send me.
Speaking of questions, who are you people?
Oh, I'm Riona Hyrath. I run the farm on the outskirts of town. This is my good buddy Rusty, the tiny gnome. You probably know him because he's a gnome. This is Scrack, my friend who's an owlbear. This is Daisy. She's a really cool half elf. And this is Torsten. He's another human like me. And we're
Uh,
missing my we're missing my guardian, Haskar. He's a dwarf. He watches over me.
And why the hell are you in my house?
I told you the Rat King sent us here, and I'm supposed to ask you questions about my father because you're supposed to know where he is and he's alive. And then they have questions about this symbol, and I pull out the dragon claw.
My dear, Rat King is not in.
and he looks at the symbol and goes, "Oh,
Oh. Now that I
Answer
understand.
questions first.
I already explained to them about the dragon cult trying to take over the world.
You're very close. You're very, very close, little gnome.
He also
I've
talked
heard-
about a halfling holding a comet in his hand. So, I don't know what you can take with a grain of salt.
What is the
Only
orange stuff
happened-
all over you?
Oh, don't worry.
I
about
mean,
We just bombard him.
Yeah.
it. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
So
him? What?
don't worry.
Oh, okay.
And he runs over to a book and pulls it out, and he's like really noticing the mess in the room for the first time, going,
I've really got to stop having people go through here. Anyway,
I could say we didn't do this. We walked in like this. I was putting the books back, and then I found these books.
and he flips through a tome for a little bit, and he's like, oh, here. And he holds up a picture in a book that is exactly like what you were showing, except
That's
for
what we're
one,
looking for.
except for one small detail: size, because size matters. There's an image of this, and it's holding the orb like this, and there's a person drawn next to it. You're pretty sure they're a gnome, but size scale.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Where would
How
that
much-
be found?
Bigger.
well, first off, again, why are you here? I know you keep saying the Rat King. I know.
You have a rat.
I don't. Do you? You have an owlbear. Which
Yes, we
why
do.
is there an owlbear in here?
Scrack.
They don't have an owl bear.
He is my friend. He is not owned.
An owl bear apparently has us.
The owl bear has an owl bear.
And yes, the owlbear can talk.
I love you.
And he runs over and starts like trying to pry your mouth open a little bit.
You can't eat him, Scrack.
Ah,
He has answers that he doesn't know he knows.
oh, so many things I want to ask. Oh,
Get in line, young man.
How about we make a deal? We ask a question, you
Young,
answer.
that's funny.
You can
Yes.
ask a question and we'll answer.
That sounds fair. I assume you're going to talk, whether
Well,
I-
everyone has questions.
whether I want you to or
Torsten,
not. But I'm
Would you-
feeling generous with
would you like
everyone
me to
that's
get you a
traipsing
chair?
through.
So you can be
Oh no,
comfortable.
I can do that.
And he snaps, and a chair kind of shakes a little bit and swivels, and some things fall off of it as it slides right up under him, and he jumps up.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna learn that trick.
Me too.
It's very handy. Now,
And you see an ottoman slide into place, and he puts his feet up.
I can do magic too.
Your magic tends to be more explosive. Let's.
Takes the books and goes and sits on the couch. I'm learning. Ask your questions. I'll ask last.
first question. Why do you keep saying the Rat King sent you?
The Rat King sent us.
I regale him with our trip into the sewer and the multitude of rats that form together to make one body to speak to us, and the guys wearing the symbols and everything, and how afterwards the Rat King told us to seek him out, that he might have better answers for us.
He holds his hand out, and a scroll flies from the desk, spins a little bit as it sails towards him, and he picks it up and unrolls it, and he goes, let's see.
Oh, one real question, quick question about the Rat King. How many rats did you say there were?
Many.
Thousands.
7B. Gnome boy, you, yes. Go to 7B and fetch me my book, the purple one, please.
His name is Rusty.
Now, boy.
Where is 7B?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
By the way,
A, B, C, D.
can summon a chair, but you can't summon a book.
I mean, chairs are smarter than books.
Obviously.
I will go to 7B.
I'm just
Because that's the
nose
most
deep
logical
in a
thing he could have
books.
said to you. Of course.
Nose
It
deep in a
makes
book
complete
laughing.
sense. I do not question it.
I'm just laughing.
As you pull the big purple book from the second shelf, you bring it over to him. And he's like, Rat King, Rat King.
Oh, you mean the literal Rat King? Oh.
Is there any other?
No, the figurative one.
Well, I mean, there are rat kings, but if you go into a sewer that is just completely cram-packed with all these different rats, sometimes they
Do
get
we care
tangled
about
up in-
this
Sir,
info?
sir, please, we understand about the Rat King. He sent us to you so that you may help us find her dad.
Right,
Because you're
right.
supposed to know something because you're smart. We have yet to see that.
That's okay. You're young. It'll come with wisdom. Will come with age. It's fine.
I'm older than you think,
And stupid is forever.
pretty much.
like the
Trying
other.
to make friends, everybody.
So, this literal Rat King, I've apparently had dealings with him in the past. He is a hub of information. It's very hard to pin him down. You never know where he's going to surface. He does travel about because rats.
Speaking of surfacing, he was getting out of the sewers as fast as possible.
So were we, but
I don't blame
something
him.
was chasing or
He was being
Feeding.
followed. He was being followed by people wearing this symbol.
He seemed very afraid.
So,
Eh?
where did
Yeah.
I put that book?
He grabs the first book and he starts flipping through it.
So, I was going to say, wait. Aren't I supposed to ask you a question now?
You
But
did
you never
ask a
finished
question.
You haven't
answering
even
that
answered
question.
it.
You've asked us 3.
I can't keep track.
Do you want me to hold up
this,
fingers for us?
I feel that you would only hold up one particular finger in this case.
You know me well.
So this is actually not a cult, as you had said earlier, Gnome Boy.
Rusty.
Um, Yes. So it's actually an orb. It is very old, very ancient, and there are about, let's see, how many dragons are there? The types of dragons. There's the chromatics, the metallics, the prismatics, the celestials, the null and voids, the so many different dragons. So apparently, at one point, the souls of some of these individual dragons were plucked from their bodies and placed inside of a perfect sphere. And those who seek these spheres gain immense power. And, well, let's just say not many of them are used for good.
What do you call the people who seek the sphere?
The sphere? Anyone.
What do you call the people who seek it?
Well, I
The
mean,
group.
there are several different types. There's plain adventurers. There's people who stumble upon them. There's one account of a copper dragon orb, and it actually seeks out the person. So it's really any and everyone. It's fair game, I assume.
From the couch, he wants you to say cult.
Cult.
Thank you.
What is the
Turn the
round
page.
sphere that's on? Well, it was on your mantle. It's now on the floor, but it's looking at us. It's blinking.
He looks down at the jar.
Ah, It's really hard to describe, but don't break into a gnome's home.
And he kind of like shoos it away, and you can see the eyes start spinning, and it starts making the jar roll away.
I don't have one of those.
Very interesting and disgusting.
Next time we'll bring a gift.
Oh, I have a gift. He can have one. I dig through my bag and I pull out a llama hat.
Just place it on the table. That's fine.
Walks over and puts it on his head. See, it fits. Perfect. I'm done with this book. And I set it on his lap and I go over to the other books.
As you turn your back, he snatches the hat off and just tucks it into the chair cushion.
Any other questions?
Riona, what is the name of your father?
You didn't think of that in your backstory, did you?
Shut up. No, I totally did. I totally thought
Uh-huh.
of a backstory name for my father.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
is,
it's clear.
you know what?
very-
It's Justin Hyrath. Yeah, Justin. Totally medieval name.
Justin Hyrath.
That's my father's name.
It's short for justice, but okay, cool.
Yeah. Justice
Alright.
Hyrath. There you go. That's his name.
Uh-huh. Good job.
I'm gonna write that down.
Well covered.
We
Smooth.
10 out of 10.
Smooth.
Riona has been told that news of her father's death is maybe incorrect, and you would and that you might be able to point us in the right direction on where to find him.
I don't know how I would do that.
Reaches in, pulls out the 3 pieces of paper, lays them flat. The coffee stain goes all the way.
Every time someone presents me with some sort of paper with some pattern on it, something bad happens.
It's just coffee.
Yeah.
And it's letters that my dad wrote. One saying he was coming, one saying that he was dead, and then this one telling me, that he's sorry and that things aren't always what they appear.
He takes the papers from you and spreads them out, and he's like,
Was your father very educated?
To be fair, she has only recently learned that her father seems to be living a double life. One as a former soldier farmer, and one with black powder and
Black powder?
gold, lots of gold coins and a hidden room. And
Go back to the powder. Is it actually black?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, it is.
It went boom when I did this. And I clap my hands and make fire.
Fantastic.
I'm still trying to get it out of my top. If you'd like to see some of it.
I would love to see some of it.
You're just like,
Here you go.
just
Be
kinda-
careful.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
do you eat it?
No,
I
no,
thought you
it's-
experimented with it.
I've done some experimentation in my past, if you will. Do you have any more of this?
that
Do you
question
have
can
any
be answered
ants?
after we get our answer.
We might.
Her father.
The Rat King said you would know how to save my dad, that he's still alive. His name is Justin Hyrath. Justice, ring a bell.
I'm sorry, it does not ring a bell. I don't really go out very much.
Do you have a seeing orb?
I do not have a seeing orb.
Really? What kind of wizard are you?
A very talented one.
No, I've heard that before.
Not all wizards need an orb to have visions.
I mean, look at Rusty. He has visions and he doesn't have an orb.
Nor is he a wizard.
You don't need to be a wizard to have visions. although it
Oh,
probably would
I
help.
answered the question, maybe not to your specifications, but I answered. Now you answer mine.
Yes, we have lots of barrels of black powder and are willing to trade with them if we actually get answers that we like
That are helpful and honest.
and useful.
I pull out my book that I took that I took drawings of the etching on the bottom of the bed, and I go, what do these symbols mean to you if they were put in a circular pattern?
So now that you approach him, he adjusts his glasses again and he takes the papers and
Thank you. Oh. Do you need some aid? You
No.
look, but you're bleeding.
Yes.
It's very striking. Move
That's-
along.
I think it makes him look manly. Now answer the question.
That's going to get infected. Let's see.
It's an abyssal scar. It'll never heal. A gift, if you will.
Abyssal scar.
I was taken from my family when it was attacked by a group of demons, and the lead demon decided to
Corsten,
desecrate my face.
Corsten,
Stop answering
when
his
you're
questions.
trading information, it's best not to give it away for free.
Well, we just answered a question. It doesn't have to be the
Certainly,
question.
certainly. And you gave me these papers, so
I'm
that's-
also trying to make friends, Rusty.
he starts putting a couple of papers down on his lap. He's looking at them and he's like,
You, the lady with the my books. Did your
Really?
father? Yes, it's nice. Everyone has names. Did your father? Did your father write these, or did he write these?
No, the dead man inside my bed that was frozen with his head twisted the complete opposite way carved them into my bed.
Oh my!
We're
Yeah.
assuming before that happened.
I'm just asking because, and
I've never seen him before.
he holds up your father's papers, and then he kind of gathers and scoops up some of the other papers and says,
It's all the same paper. I just assumed. All right. So let's see. Oh, I know this puzzle.
and he starts arranging them. And before he puts the last one down, he's like, I'm not an idiot. And he crumples one of them up and throws it into the fireplace.
Kobe.
So as he goes into the fireplace, it ignites the fireplace. Flame goes blue for a second and dims and then comes back. And he's like,
You should be careful with how you write these. So it was an infernal. Let's see. Mostly as a ward. Most spells can be imbued, shall we say. This one is for a wall of ice.
Well, that would explain the frozen dude.
So
So he trapped himself in a wall of ice?
That doesn't seem healthy.
He may not have been the one to write it.
Well, specifically, if you want to get down to brass taxes, this one is for anyone who trespasses.
That would make more sense.
Quiet.
He was definitely a Could your father have
my
put
father
that
didn't
under
do
your bed?
magic. He was a farmer.
Well, a couple
The
hours ago,
farmer
you
who
didn't know
happened
you
to
did
have-
magic.
The
You
farmer
don't
who happened to
know
have black
who your dad
powder
was.
and lived a double life.
Yeah, you don't know who your dad was.
Speaking of not knowing,
I really
you've
want to
heard
find
our
all-
names.
I'm sorry.
May we have yours?
Davidos Busby.
Thank you for giving us your name.
You may use it freely.
Well, that's no fun.
Told you.
Are you not supposed to
Talented
give your
with-
name to people?
It goes back to a whole Faerun thing where the people of the Feywilds would say, "What's your name?" and they would give them names, and then they'd have power over them and all that stuff. It's an amazing little fairy
Have you
tale. If you will.
Been to the Fey realm?
It's not a fairy tale.
Correct. It's a fey tale.
It's not a fey tale. It is truth.
Just flipping through the book, I stop and I look at it, and I show him the book, and I'm like, "Who's Sylvanas?"
It's pronounced Sylvanus.
Sylvanas?
Sylvan.
Who is it? He's in this book like 6 times.
Oh, well, he's a nature deity.
Mm.
Legend has it that he wasn't originally one of the real gods that walked across our lands. Legend has it that there was a draconic spirit that voiced him into existence, and he forever became bound with him.
Okay.
Sounds like horse spit to me.
Did you?
No.
Sounds irrelevant to me.
I'm learning, and he is connected to druid stuff. Okay,
May I take one
Scrag?
of your feathers?
Huh?
One of your feathers. Doesn't have to be like one that's like anchored fully in, but just one of your feathers. May I? Ooh, pin feather. Ah. Oh, I forgot you were here. I'm sorry.
Do you have a way of finding my father?
Ah, let me see.
He hops down, runs over to his table real quick, places the feather carefully in a small vellum envelope, seals it with some wax, stamp, slides it into a little slot in a bookshelf.
Later. Find your father. Let's see. Do you have anything of his?
Starts digging through my bag and through all the
He
stuff
had
I
his
have.
black powder.
We don't know he made that, but he made her.
Or did he?
Ah, true.
This is getting weird fast. I like it.
She reaches into her dress and pulls out the necklace and has his ring on it, his wedding ring from when my mom was still alive.
Oh, that should be good. Now, so if I do this, how much are you willing to part with?
I'll give you 3 barrels. They're about this big.
You have 3 barrels?
I have more, but you can have 3.
You are a terrible negotiator.
I want to know where my dad is.
Yes, but we don't need to give the wizard more than he deserves.
I mean, you could give it all to me. You have no use for it, but rolls the ring up and he's like, it's foggy, it's cloudy, it's very difficult to see. If I were more inclined, I could clear it up.
I can rub your shoulders if that'll help you relax and see
Don't
better.
touch me. Don't touch me.
I
Don't
would
you
never do
feel-
it without
I-
Don't
permission.
you feel more inclined
See?
now?
I just saw that Scrack is just like looming.
He is not at all afraid of Scrack. He is just enamored completely with Scrack.
He's like, do you have any eye boogers to spare? Just let me tell you what.
Why don't you look at the ring some more?
I won't even bother with the black powder. You can keep all the black powder you want. Just leave the owlbear.
No,
Not a chance.
he is my friend and part of our party.
No.
Putting your paw on his head.
Mhm.
Like, fine. 5 black powders, then. Right.
I think she said 3.
You're getting 3.
Good ears. Owlbears have great hearing. All right.
Picks up a little pen, a feather, and he's taps it a few times, mutters something, rubs around, opens up a map. Okay, this should work. Let's see. Anyone have a snack?
Not
Have some apples.
Yeah.
on me,
like
but
an
the
apple?
king's nuts are in season again.
Are they? It has
Yarr.
been an age since I've had the king's nuts in my mouth. I love those things. So salty, so savory, so sweet. Oh,
We have several bags.
really?
How are you this smart and you cannot focus on your task?
DHD, it runs in gnomes.
It does. It does. I am perplexed at how anyone can get anything done, honestly. And all right, here you go. And he rolls up the parchment. Ring. Map. There you go. Powder, please.
I
Wait,
open
wait,
the
wait.
map.
How is the map going to show us where her father is?
Well, since I marked with an X where he is,
And where is that?
Yeah, I open the map.
there is scrawls all over the map, but there is one mark that is still fresh enough that it smears a little bit. He is to the northwest. And there's a drawing of what look like very thin, tall mountains, but you realize those are not mountains. Those are buildings.
Is it still in the town?
I'm
Or
sorry.
is it northwest, well out of town?
Oh, well, out of town. This is like several days travel. It's an interesting little place. I actually have a niece who lives there. She might be able to help you from that point, but that's as far as your ring would get it.
What's your niece's name?
My niece's name is Nicole.
Human?
You want more black powder, right?
Of course.
Can you get us there quickly? It doesn't look like I have a lot of time. If my dad's sending me a letter saying he's dead, I don't exactly have days.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I scryed on where his most current whereabouts are. I can't quite get any further than that. But he's currently alive as far as I can tell.
I nudge Rusty. It was hard enough getting her away from the away from the ranch, but boy, look who's in a hurry now.
You're getting 3. I'll make it a total of 5 if you can get us there quickly.
But also know we have a cart downstairs.
With 2
It
llamas.
has to go with us.
My llamas come with me.
That
Are you interested in sheep?
Yeah, we do have some sheep for sale.
maybe.
Can we interest you in some sheep?
I could throw in some sheep with the black powder.
Have the owlbear spit in this jar, fill it up, the sheep, and 5 barrels of the powder.
Does it have to be spit? What if it's just a liquid?
Please don't tell me you're going to pee in the cup for him.
No, I'm just saying if maybe Scrack would feel more comfortable peeing in a jar than spitting in a jar. I'm just saying.
I'm not doing
Pretty
that.
uncomfortable with any of this.
Either way, I'm stepping out of the room when it happens.
Okay, I'm gonna turn and I'm looking at you guys. I'm like, please. My dad has been gone for 5 years, and then in the span of 2 weeks, I got a letter saying he's coming home, and that a letter he's dead. And now I find out that he's alive.
I
Pee in
can
a
give
jar
him a
for me.
hairball.
Ooh,
Hairball?
hairball comes with other perks.
Okay. Oh God.
He just holds his hands out.
Oh God. Just look away. Like, nope.
Just splat. Oh,
Sir, just put that away and let us know how we're gonna get there quickly.
Yes.
Make it happen.
One moment. He walks away.
Thank you.
I would like to cast Fireball, please.
Wash
I
your
don't have the
hands.
spell. I just like to cast it now.
As he runs over, he's delicately dropping this into a jar, seals it up.
Oh, this is going to be a good night. Okay. All right. Now, if one of you can retrieve the things that go along with this, I will work diligently and get you on your way.
We do have one more party member. Is that the grumpy dwarf I told you about? So he has to come too.
He's coming too.
So a dwarf, a gnome, 2 humans, a half elf, owlbear, and 2 llamas.
A cart.
And a cart.
This sounds like a very bad joke. Fine. As a limited time offer, go and retrieve and bring them here, and I will take you to my
What was that?
basement. My basement.
Sex dungeon? I heard sex dungeon.
No, I don't have one of those. I'm not interested.
But you're interested in men in dresses going down with beards?
That was not me.
Looked fabulous.
Not me. However, he did
We'll be
look
back in an
fabulous.
hour.
He
1
looked like an idiot.
hour. They still have to buy supplies, and I'm only giving you a couple sheep. I have quite a few.
All right. Please hurry.
What do
Hour.
you need us to get?
Everything that was promised to me and probably your companion.
Black powder, my sheep.
All right.
Companion. Yes.
He's got his owl bear hairball.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you in an hour.
All right. So as you all file through the stained glass opening, you don't hear anything at first, but then quietly you hear,
Why are you still here? You're fired. Fired. I don't care if you're made of glass.
Is there any way we can take him with us?
the stained glass dragon.
Yes.
Out the window? Probably
I mean,
not.
it's a magic window. I'm sure Dunderhead there could do something to.
Maybe
Let
we
it-
could get him to toss it in on the deal for an extra barrel.
Well, he's already fired him. He wants the dragon to leave.
It's 7:10.
Yep. As you
You wanna-
guys are walking down, think about how you want to prepare for your journey. Gather up any items or supplies that you can think of, and we're going to take a little break and be right
Awesome.
back.
Hi, my name's Rusty. Allow me to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a forest gnome. I'm approximately 3.5 feet tall. I have sandy blonde hair and gray eyes. I'm always immaculately dressed, topped off with my signature hat. I enjoy long walks on the beach and talking about my crazy conspiracy theories.
My character, Riona Hyrath, is a human who lives on a little farm outside of Jessup's Nest. She grew up on this farm with her father her entire life. It's always been just the two of them. But a few years ago, he was called to go fight in a war and hasn't returned yet, sending letters whenever he gets a chance. With him gone, Riona has to pick up the mantle and take charge, caring for all the animals on the farm, giving a little special care to her two favorite llamas, Hall and Oats. Over the years, she learned how to crochet and knit as well as make her own yarn. Using her skills, she would sell her products in town, and with any spare coins she could muster, she would buy books. These books told her about adventures outside of the little town she lived in, and she's always wanted to go on her own adventure. But tending to the farm and caring for the house is now her job, and she's content with her job. It's her lot in life, spending her days doing her chores, reading, and waiting for her father to come home. Rihanna couldn't ask for more.
Dason Stormson, or Daisy to her friends if she had any, left the military because that was a bad decision on her part. Now she traipses around looking for shinies to add to her collection. Unfortunately, however, she did run afoul of the local thieves guild, which left her tied to a post facing a very hungry-looking owlbear. But that owlbear spoke her name. Now, they are the best of friends.
When you first look at Torsten, you'll probably notice that his face looks like it hurts all the time. And it does. Torsten had just taken the Oath of Tyr to join the priesthood as an acolyte with a wish to become a full cleric. Then the band of demons attacked. In his zealousness, Torsten painted his face in the pattern of the war clerics and set about to keep his family safe with his faith. Torsten was taken by the raiding demons, tortured at their camp, and given a gift by the demon leader. The once woad-colored face paint Torsten wore is now an abyssal scar burned into his flesh that will never heal. He was sent back to the chantry the next day so the people could see the punishment for having faith in goodness, but it had the opposite effect because Torsten would not cry. He did not wince or shy away when the people saw him. He simply told them that it was his hope and faith in their God of justice that brought him through the darkness, and his scars are proof that hope can endure. Not knowing if his family is dead or alive, his hope and faith will only continue to grow as he awaits the chance to see them again, either in this life or the next.
Hello. Did you miss us?
That's one way to greet him.
All right. So you have met a very strange wizard gnome named Davidos Busby. And
How tall is he?
Davidos?
Yeah.
Probably about 3
He's not.
So he'd almost fit in my backpack.
At 3'4", I tower over him by gnome standards.
You almost fit in my backpack too, so.
Well, he fits in a corset, so.
So Torsten's going to make the suggestion to everybody that maybe since Riona is in a hurry and it seems that we our luck seems to be running just sly of not getting in kind of crazy trouble. I'm going to suggest that we split up to Scrack, you and Riona take Hall and Oates and the cart back to the farm and get the black powder for Davidos, while Daisy, Rusty, and myself go off and sell the sheep.
I brought all the black powder. It's underneath all the
Yeah.
blankets.
We loaded that earlier. Sorry, dude.
Well, aren't you guys smarter than me?
Oh, keep up, man.
Yes. Jeez, man.
I'm gonna walk over and just hug Scrack super tight and say thank you. I know that wasn't the most fun thing to do.
It's okay.
And Scrat, when we come home from this and get Rihanna settled, if you wanted to, I have a place for you in my house in the haunted forest that I live in. And everyone is welcome to come visit. The house is more than big enough.
I'd like to see that.
Cleric in a haunted forest. What could go wrong?
Well, it's a haunted forest. So you would enjoy it there. I can tell you about it sometime.
Well,
So,
then
We're gonna go sell sheep.
I grab a barrel of black powder.
I have the sheep on a little leash.
He doesn't get
before-
that yet, Torsten.
before you guys go back in with the black powder, is there anything that you want to get while you're still in town or do?
I need to find myself a grumpy dwarf.
Okay. Well,
I
you know
need to
what?
get a few things that were taken from me by the guild, like cloak and such.
All right.
Probably where.
We might want to get a few, I don't know, rations or supplies.
Agreed. Maybe a very good weapon or two.
Did Haskar give me his pouch of gold, or does he still have that?
We'll say you have that.
Yeah, because like he has my gold, that 97 that we found.
Mhm.
So it's just whoop, it's in my pocket.
I'll accompany Daisy back to the warehouse that we started things off in.
Well, if you if you remember, the warehouse is no longer really there.
Kind of collapsed.
Yeah.
Right.
As
Is there
far
anything
as
is anything to sift through? Like,
that's in a completely different section of the town. I mean, you've got an hour.
okay.
It's up to you.
What did you need, Daisy? Maybe I could just buy it for you.
Well, they took my dagger and my short sword, my cloak, and my backpack.
I gave you a dagger.
We could go look in town,
Yes.
and I have this gold, and it's my father's, and I'll spend it on you.
That would be lovely. And that way we can also protect Scrack from the guild seeing him, because I can hide and be pretty stealthy, but a 1,000-pound owlbear is gonna be noticed.
So I say we
stay here
go
with
and
them.
go into town and go shopping, and I go look for more books about being a druid, because the only thing I learned from those books is this, and I druid craft a flower in my hand,
That is the coolest thing ever.
right?
And as you are showing off this new, fresh flower, the petals blossom out, and a fly is flying by, and it just goes.
That was even cooler. Can you make me a
Kirsten?
couple of those?
Would you accompany me back to my home?
Is it
And
on the
we
way?
can rustle up a few supplies.
It's on the way, right? We're going towards the
know.
shopping center.
Yeah,
Docks aren't too far from the shopping center. It's a large town, but it's not like spread out. It's actually very compact,
Okay,
Oh,
so
like New York.
like Manford, Oklahoma.
Ugh.
Yeah.
now we're gonna get letters.
Well, New York is there is a lot in a
I'm
very
just-
small space.
I'm just gonna put an audio filter over it, like they used to do for Craig Ferguson.
Keep
It's gonna have an Oklahoma flag over it. It's gonna say Boomer Sooners.
Okay, so we're gonna go to town,
Yes.
stop at Rusty's, go shopping for stuff for Daisy, buy
Would it-
supplies to travel, and find myself a dwarf.
I'll stay with the llamas.
That would be good, keeping the llamas in a inconspicuous place so no one messes with them and Scrack can be protected.
They tend to go everywhere I go, though. I don't know if they'd want to sit still.
Can't you tell them to stay safe? Because they still have the wizard's black powder. We haven't given him that.
Yeah, and all the
And
extra.
then it has whatever else we were keeping that Torsten wasn't selling. So it'd be better if they're not.
Okay, so Scrack stays with the cart here with the gnome protecting it, and we go get our supplies.
Eskar lumbers up. He's wearing the cobbled together scale mail from the 2 individuals that were killed at your farm. And he's got his hammer over a shoulder, a pack, a few odds and ends that are attached to his belt, either in pouch or just holstered there. And he comes walking up. So, what are we doing?
Welcome back. We're going shopping.
And then
And
we're going to
then-
travel across the continent and find my father that's still alive. Told you.
super fast, maybe.
I'm just gonna stay with Hollow Notes.
Scrack is staying too.
Mhm.
Joy.
You can get to know him. He's a really great owlbear.
If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be able to travel, so be nice.
That and he's really comfy to lean against if he's laying down.
Try not
Yeah.
to kill each other
And he like scratches behind his ear.
and try not to fall
Not
asleep.
doing that nice.
And he apparently likes being condescended to.
I'm going
At this point,
to,
I take the pouch of gold from Haskar and I go shopping in town with them.
I'm going to find a little eatery where I can sit down and have a little warm meal while everybody's off doing their shopping, and I'm going to read my book that turned into a prayer book and just read more, learn more until everybody's ready to go.
So we'll head
So-
to Rusty's first.
Yes.
Yeah, I take a nap in front of the llamas.
Okay. Um,
So don't let the appearance fool you. I know my house looks a bit run down, but just trust me.
Oh, sure.
so as you leave Haskar and Scrack to the llamas, Rusty, Daisy, and Riona, you're all going to the same home.
Yes.
It only takes a few minutes, but eventually you do arrive in front of a home.
It's a full-size home. It looks like a row house, but it's definitely the one that's bringing down the property value of all the other row houses on the block.
And as you approach this home, the maintenance is lackluster. The gardening is atrocious, and there is someone nailing something to the front door.
I already told you I'd pay you when I could. Oh wait,
When you say that, the person turns around and they are not a landlord. They are actually a brasser. In fact, it's the Dragonborn brasser who sent you on your first mission.
Hmm.
Rusty.
Hi. So, tell me you remember sending me on a mission into the sewers?
That is what one of my supervisors told me. And I told you.
You know who I was sent into the sewers with?
That was not part of my job.
Do I believe what he's saying?
He's Doc.
You can make an insight check.
Can I, though?
Yeah,
16.
16.
can.
I think that's the highest roll I've had in this game.
So yeah, he seems on the up and up.
Have you had any problems with corruption in the brassers?
What are you implying, Rusty? Is this one of your
No, I know you might think that. So apparently the people who sent us into the sewers, the rest of the brassers don't know anything about that.
Who have you spoken to?
It was really Torsten who was sent down with me. He went to visit the brassers and they had no recollection.
Is he the one with the face?
Yeah.
At this point, he sees behind Rusty and sees the two ladies.
My apologies, ladies. I'm sorry, I did not see you there initially. They call me Strong Root.
Strong toot?
Strong Root.
Strong toot. Got it.
Oh. These
Strong
are friends of
root.
yours, apparently.
I'm going to lean over towards Daisy and I'm going to just kind of whisper, "It's a dragon. Do you think he's part of the cult?"
No, but he's too big to fit in my backpack.
Rusty, these are interesting individuals you have brought here.
Here. And I druid craft him a rose.
And I'm walking over to get a better
You-
look at him. Kind of not in his face, but just fascinated.
Yeah, he's well dressed. He's a dragonborn.
What color?
I've never seen
Yes.
one in person.
He's a green dragonborn.
Ooh.
The
Yeah,
mutating
what he was
membrane over his eye flicks a little bit as you get closer, and you see the blue sash that brassers wear with their little insignia. But as you get closer, you catch his eye, and he's like,
So, Rusty,
Yes.
this was not my decision.
and he indicates with the hammer the sign they posted on the door.
It is being condemned.
You know, it's really much nicer on the inside.
You've never invited me.
Well, I don't really have time right now, but tell you what, I'll hire someone to fix it up. Dakota Pete.
Have one day before
Oh.
it is destroyed.
Hey, maybe we can hold off on that.
Did you pay your taxes?
You know, it's a funny thing about taxes. Damn things are made up. Who am I really
You
paying?
have one day, Rusty.
Fine, fine.
Go get whatever you need out.
You can
Yep.
come live on my farm, Rusty.
I don't think that's an option right now, but
He goes and he unlocks the door.
No one can live on our farm right now.
no, it's really only an illusion. It's not really crap.
Well, can you drop the illusion for him so they can see what it really looks like?
No, because like it's not helping.
Quiet, Jim.
So are you going to invite us in or not?
I open the door. Come on in, folks. You step into what's actually a very beautiful home on the inside. A lot of polished wood and brass, and it's full height.
This is beautiful.
I told you.
Hmm.
You,
Only keep it that way on the outside so people won't come in here looking for stuff. Now it seems like that's gonna backfire. So I might have to go stop by the tax office real quick. Not that I believe in them, but if they're gonna tear down my house, I have to do something.
well, we have an hour until we have, or a little less than that. Riona and I can do our shopping while you do that, and then we'll all meet back up.
Okay.
But I would get together some things you don't want to lose just in case.
Right this way, ladies. And Rusty, I will lead you to the fireplace. And right next to the fireplace is a bookshelf. And Rusty reaches out, puts his finger on one of the books, pushes it in, and the fireplace doesn't move, but the rug in front of it lifts up. Right this way, ladies. And Rusty will lead you downstairs to a basement lined side to side with bottles, each one containing beads of nourishment, or at least that's what he believes. So Rusty grabs his trusty bug out bag, and if you guys could each grab one of these bottles, each one of these will last us for weeks.
Sure. We want to get a bottle at least for each of us, correct? Or
Oh, they're pretty large bottles, so
okay. We'll hide those under the blankets on the cart when we get back.
so if you guys can take a few of these back, I'll visit that tax office.
And speaking of the cart, Scrack, can you roll a perception for me?
Sure. What is the nature of the thing I'm trying to perceive?
The
17.
snoring.
17. Well, currently, since Scrack is taking a nap, just guarding the wagon. A couple of noises, catch your owlbear ear, pop an eye open on occasion, look around. Askar walks up next to you and drops the hammer. Owlbear. Scrack.
Mm.
Why are you here?
I'm trying to leave.
So you want to leave? Why don't you just do it?
It's better to have people than to be alone.
I don't really agree,
Mhm.
but they can have merit.
You're stronger together.
I might end up liking you.
I'm sorry.
So as he looks behind him at the wagon, how many barrels of that stuff did we have originally?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them. You'd have to ask Riona.
Because it looks like some are missing.
Does it? Does it look like we have fewer than we brought?
Well, there's a definite dip in the blanket.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. We were not being very careful.
I prefer not to have it. I don't know if it's magic or what, but I don't like it.
I don't know what it is either. The gnome seems to value it.
Could be worse things. Wonder what Hamburger Face is up to now.
Roll.
Thorsten,
Yeah.
you followed your nose. Bacon, man. You smell that
Mm.
brown sugar maple bacon?
Wow, nuts and brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yep. Sitting, eating, sipping coffee, reading my book.
Okay. About this time, a young female dwarf, just getting some wisps on her chin, got the thick sideburns that aren't quite making a connection. She's very bubbly, blonde hair. If you were to grab her from the top of her head and the bottom of her feet and stretch her out, she would have to be about 6.5 feet tall for her proportions to look human. She is very compact and very spherical, but very ladylike. She makes sure that her bust and her hips are her most noticeable features. As she walks up, she has her apron tied under her bust, and she has a platter. Can I refresh your beverage?
I would love that. Thank you.
Takes a big stein looking thing, pours some black liquid into your cup. What you eating there, sugar?
What am I reading? Oh,
What are you reading? That's what I asked you. I'm not reading anything except for orders, and I'm kind of tired of those.
this is my newly gifted book of tear.
So it's a sad story. Is it one of those sad romantics?
No, not tears as in eyes, but tears in God.
Oh,
The God of justice, the God of war.
How can he be a god of justice and war? I don't think war is very just. Do you?
Actually, there's actually certain reasons to go to war, but not to pursue the life of war. I believe is what you're looking for. That's a very philosophical question that I'm happy to talk about if you have time.
Oh, sugar, I don't have all that time. I am, after all, trying to deal with my customers. But I just thought I'd top you off and tell you that there is two stores down is actually somebody that can take care of that situation.
No, but thank you.
Okay. I mean, you are a handsome human. You're human, right?
Last I checked.
I'm not judging. I think that dwarves are the most handsome ever, but I have been known to kind of poke my nose where the sun don't shine, if you know what I mean.
I lean around, checking out the posterior, and kind of raise my eyes, and I'm like, and I am not sworn to any kind of celibacy.
Oh. Well, I hope I get a tip later.
She kind of walks on. As you are flipping through your book, it is mostly blank pages. Only the first page has really filled with any type of writing. And as you are trying to look at it, the page adjacent to it slowly begins to fill in, but you can't quite read what it says. It's almost like the dyslexia where it's not just the first couple of letters mixed with the last, it's complete jumble. Some words don't even have vowels. Others are just singular. So it's very hard. And after a while, you swear your eyes are about to start crossing. But you're close to understanding some of the things written in this book.
Patience, Torsten. All in good time.
Torsten.
I look up from my book, look around for the voice.
You see a very calm, Abbott, that you had given the necklace to? Ah, Torsten.
Close
Ah.
my book.
Coffee. Do you mind if I join you?
Slide my book into my bag, lean back, and put a hand on my mace. Sure.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yeah, sugar.
I'll have some of what he's having. Is that all right?
Sure.
She walks away confused why he's looking at you versus her. So, how are we doing today?
We are very confused.
Why is that?
Have you been to the chantry lately?
It's first I've left it is this morning.
Interesting.
You weren't there last night. Where were you?
This is a bad sign here.
I had to leave. Where were you? Because you told me to wait for a few moments.
And
I went and made you told me to go make my report to the head of the brassers, and you would be waiting for me when I came back.
I was in my office waiting for you.
That was not the scene when I arrived.
What do you think you saw?
Oh, it's not what I think I saw. I saw you on the ground, dead inside your office, and all of my brothers dead and frozen upon the ceiling of the chantry.
Really?
So why don't you go ahead and tell me who you really are?
I'm Abbott Barnaby, as I've always been. Who do you think you are? As he puts his hand on your hand for a second. Is everything all right, Torsten? You're not having an episode, are you?
I pull my hand back. I'm like, oh, there's no episode happening. But you are not Abbott Barnaby.
Have been the whole time, Torsten. And he smiles a little bit and sits back. Coffee. Thank you. If I weren't a chaste man.
The chantry. Why does it look the way it looks?
Looks fine. Why don't you come back with me?
I don't think so.
Show me.
I don't think so. How about this? How about you tell me more about that necklace I gave you?
Yes. He reaches into a fold of his robe, pulls out a little scroll, and he's like, jotted some of this down for you. Apparently, it is a very old symbolic totem, if you will, having to do something with dragon orbs. That's all I could really find.
Mm-hmm. I would like to use insight to see if it really is the guy that
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely. Roll insight check.
Okay. 17.
17. Okay. So as you're sitting there listening to him, and sounds like him, looks like him, he has the knowledge. He kind of cocks his head a little bit, and he's like, Torsten, really? Just why don't you come back with us, and we'll sort these out. Brother John, Brother George, shall we escort Torsten? And as he smiles a little bit, you see one of his teeth elongate slightly.
I yell out to our waitress. I say, my dear, I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave before finishing. I put a gold piece on the table. And I like, let's go ahead and have this conversation outside.
We're already outside, Torsten.
Away from the others.
Why don't you come back? We'll settle affairs there. Now.
I say, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. What was that? What was that famous blessing by Tyr? Oh, that's right. Evil will burn under the light. Of fuck. Evil will burn under the light of balance, and I utter the word for balance by Tyr and cast Word of Radiance.
Okay.
And a burning radiance erupts from me. The abbot John and George have to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. 13, 15, and an 18.
Okay. Damn. Why do they get the good rolls? So it was a con save of 13.
Okay. So all three make their con saves as this radiance bursts out from you.
But I used that moment to take off towards the to take off towards the where I left Scrax and the dwarf.
Okay. So
I can't word tonight, apparently.
Can't word. To brain, not. But as you burst this radiance out, they wince and they hold their hands over their eyes. You're not the only one having trouble tonight. And for a moment, they look at the empty seat that, as you are hightailing it as fast as you can, and you hear the scream of people from behind you. Rusty, how's your house looking, buddy?
This is fine. On my way to the tax man.
Okay. You left Rihanna and Daisy in your house?
I thought they were going shopping.
Yeah, we were going upstairs and then we're going like this.
Okay. So as the ball crashes into the house the first couple of times, Rusty, you're heading to the tax office. Look, I'm sure you intend to pay your taxes at some point, but you have not, and therefore we have to remove the home.
What if I pay a portion of the taxes now?
Let me see. No, full amount.
Okay, how much is out?
Let's see. Carry the 4. 132 gold, 7 silver, 8 copper.
Come on, you know it's not that high. Again,
I haven't paid in 7 years, and it compounds interest each year.
but look at it. It's clearly not the same tax bracket as the other homes.
Obviously not. It's much lower because of your substandard operations of your home. That does not matter. It is in a very fine establishment with very good schools.
Fine. Let's see. Walks over to the corner away from them. And he remembers the pamphlet he found in his hand. He looks at it for a moment. And there's something on the back page. He reads it over. He mutters the words that is written on it and casts sleep on tax people.
Okay. DC of?
Nope. It's I roll 5d8
Oh, okay.
and they go to sleep in the order from lowest hit points to highest to 21 hit points.
Nice. Sir, you will have to. You have.
Are we the bad guys?
Only me. How many people are asleep?
There's only one person in the office at the moment.
I walk over behind the desk. That she was looking in where my taxes are. Pick up a quill. Paid in full.
Make a sleight of hand check so that we can see if you can match handwriting.
This will be good. 13.
13. Passable? Like, kind of like scatter a little bit of droplets here and there, make it look like the nib kind of scraped a little bit. Stutter nib.
I will flip the book closed. And I'm heading back to the wizard tower.
All right. Ladies, you are in the shopping district.
Sell off my sheep that we have, and I'm gonna spend monies to get Daisy her new cloak, a backpack, and a couple daggers.
Okay. We will say that your sheep run about 21 silver.
Okay.
That's some
And
fat
then
sheep.
how much would it be
Well,
for
how
her
many
cloak,
did-
backpack, and some daggers? How many
short
do you need? Oh, in a short
one-
store.
One dagger and a short sword.
Come on, DM, you should have this ready. Don't kill me, please.
You're so dead.
I don't want to die.
Remind me how you died in a shopping episode?
I poked the DM.
Let's see. You're looking for what's anything specific or just general?
Just general. A good sword and a good dagger, but as long as the backpack and cloak are of good,
Yeah,
nothing
there's a-
special.
There's a general goods store.
Mhm.
Has different type of tack. You notice it from the it's not far from where you sold the sheep. They're probably even intertwined business wise anyway. So you go in there, they have the basics. And contrary to what most people believe, swords were actually fairly easy to pick up back in the day. So yeah, you get a couple of a short sword, a dagger. We're gonna say probably about 15 for that silver. Backpack will run another 3. If you want to get it all with the full like explorer backpack that comes in D&D Beyond, we'll say 25 for everything.
25 silver for everything? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll pay the 25 silver. So 21 silver is gone, and then I'll take some out of my pouch so Daisy can have everything she wants. And I would like to buy a bright green foresty cloak. Because if I'm going to go on an adventure, you have to have a cloak. From
Okay.
what I'm learning.
Hmm.
And I thought bright green in my red hair would look awesome.
Very Merida. Disney, sponsor us. We'd make a great cartoon. Anyway, so you get the items for Daisy, and you approach the salesperson. Very bored, half elf, very jaundiced and skinny. Hair is just down over his eyes, and he's half asleep.
Hi.
Hey,
I need a green cloak. And all of that stuff.
A
cloaks.
black cloak for me.
Okay. We got
Edgewood.
there's some down that aisle.
See, this is my first time leaving town. I want a special cloak. It has to be green and pretty and maybe a little clasp.
Like a bright green?
Yeah, like first day of spring green.
I've got just what you're looking for in the back. Hang on, one just stay here. Don't move.
I won't.
Runs to the back. You hear a couple of things being moved around, and he comes back, and there's this vibrant, bright, almost silky emerald green. Just it assaults the eyes. It's so green.
That's perfect.
It's like, yeah, we've had this for a while. It even has a clasp. It's just, the knots, but it's still clasped. Yeah, I will happily sell that to you. Looks fantastic with your red hair. Popping. It's just
Well, at
looking
least I
great.
know I won't lose you.
How much?
5 copper. 5 copper for that.
Okay.
It's on sale. Special discount just for you. I'm tired of it being in the back.
So I'll pay the 25 silver for all her stuff, and I'll give him the 5 copper for my cloak and just put it on, bundle it up.
Oh, yeah, you really make a statement. Don't get it in direct sunlight.
It's very reflective.
I sit there for a minute and I'm bundling it up and I think about it and I start druid crafting vines around it.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, making it even more special. And your friend wants a black one?
Mhm.
Yeah, we got plenty right over there, lady.
Thank you. I will go find the one I want.
Okay. Just they're all the same size. One size fits all.
Does
I'm
any
just
of them have
swishing it.
pockets?
No. I mean, most people don't keep things in a cloak that I know of.
She's looking for the blackest of the black, though.
I can
So-
wrap around me and disappear.
Yeah, they are full circle cloaks, so there's plenty of fabric. You find one so dark, black does not even describe it. Light
Makes my heart
falls
happy.
into it and disappears from this realm forever.
It's been spray painted with that no black spray paint.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we got all of that. Did you need anything else, Daisy?
No, other than if we need to get some food and a couple of supplies. Do you have a bedroll and everything?
That comes with your pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was asking. She didn't have.
Oh, I have nothing. I have a blanket, I have a backpack, and I have a basket full of yarn.
That's why I'm asking if she wants to get a bedroll. Just give a little more. As ladies, we like a little more cushion.
I got tents. If you're
I'm
looking
sure-
to go camping.
Do we have a lantern in case we need to move at night?
I got lanterns. 5 silver.
Rihanna, do we
Okay.
need lanterns?
I could do this. Fire.
Not in the store, please. Not in the store. Thank
do,
you.
Do you? Never mind. I think we have all we need from here.
I think that's a good choice. Yeah, so you exchange the monies and he's
The
like,
monies.
yeah, the monies. And you need to make a perception roll for me.
I'm so totally good at those.
Daisy, you can make one as well.
15.
15,
14.
14. Daisy, you are enamored with your cloak. It looks like it was freshly dyed. There's some cat hair on it for some reason, so it's like the white cat hair that you just can't, you have to actually pick it out because it's like woven in there almost. Riona, you do know that there was the guy behind the counter,
Mhm.
you and Daisy, and that's all that was in there until you start to leave, and then you feel a cold chill, and you notice that there's a woman on one of the aisles looking at some of those lanterns.
I'm gonna just get Daisy's hand and just. I had a lot of fun. We should head back.
I agree.
Just walking
And
her
we're-
out. Don't making eye contact with anyone. Just
Heading out the door and down the road.
once we're like out of the store, I'm gonna ask her if she felt the chill.
And I did.
Okay. Rusty, as you make it back to the cart, you see a sleeping owlbear and a very bored looking Haskar.
Hey, Haskar, you stayed awake this time. Good for you.
It's funny.
Because you fell asleep last time. That's why it's funny.
I get it.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just sitting around here waiting for you guys to return.
I'm back from committing tax fraud.
Yeah, I don't know you.
Yeah, probably not.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Hey, if that's the worst thing that happens to us,
I was gonna say,
What?
I think I just realized this. Haskar might have just realized Riona's not around, and she left with Rusty.
What are we waiting on?
the girls went to go shopping.
That could take a while.
You know, we only have an hour and she's in a hurry.
About that time, ladies, you do come up.
I walk up and I say, I think we should leave. Where is Torsten? Because there is a cold chill following me everywhere we go now.
I don't know. But would it be so wrong to leave him behind?
Yes.
We can't leave anybody behind.
Fine. To which you all hear a distant scream
Holy
Somebody
crap!
inside his house.
as Torsten comes flying around, almost Naruto style, from around a building, thus trail coming up behind him.
Arms up, guys! Two arms! Two arms! Two arms!
What,
Demon-
Happened.
what does to arms mean? I have
demon-
Where is he
two
going?
arms.
So just bad guys wearing good guy skin, bad guys wearing good guy skin, and I jump in the back of the.
Tax people aren't chasing you, are they?
I jump in the back of the cart. I stand up and I'll hold my shield up and I hold my mace up and I point down the hall, point down the roadway of where I was being followed. And I'm like, Rusty, you'll understand, but John and George and the Abbot are coming this way, and they are not John, George, and the Abbot.
So as you say this, the abbot walks into view and stops in the middle of the street. His hands are tucked inside of his robes, and he's got a very blissful smile on his face. And then John, George, Paul, Ringo,
God, there's a
Leonard,
lot of them.
Skinnerd.
Oh no!
Up the stairs. We go up the stairs.
Back into the wizard's house.
I feel
Sounds
like
like a good idea.
So get your llamas.
Scrack, carry the cart. Because the llamas are gonna have to go
They're,
one by
they're
one.
a good distance away from you. Their hands are inside their sleeves, and they're all smiling, looking at you all, and they all take a step in unison, one right after the other.
I
Uh,
don't
I
know
take
who
it-
you are, but you need to stay away.
Torsten, is that Rusty I see?
Nope. Not all gnomes look the same, you know. Didn't know you were such a racist.
And who are the ladies and the dwarf?
Oh, no one of consequence.
You should all join us.
I don't think that would be such a great idea.
Join
Torsten,
us.
who are these people?
Torsten, tell us when.
Now,
I will extend my hand, aim at the abbot, and cast guiding bolt.
Okay.
ooh, and I'm right on there with him. I point my mace and cast guiding bolt as well at the end.
Nice.
Oh, It's a
I guess we
9.
gotta get after it.
We're all gonna die.
Mine's a 13.
So, as Rusty stands tall, say when, Torsten. Shoot your guiding bolt. You see what little hair is on the abbot's head just curl. And he kind of looks that way, only to be struck in the other shoulder by the guiding bolt from Torsten.
Woo! That's going to be for 17 points of damage. And the next attack on him has advantage.
get everything into the wizard's house.
I'm leading them up the stairs right now. My llamas. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Moving behind her with my sword drawn to help protect.
I'm going after these crazy people that Torsten brought.
All right.
How many? How I yell out? How many barrels do we have back there?
Currently, as you fire off, you see him get hit in the shoulder, and at first it doesn't look like it did too much damage, aside from the burn mark here. But you see come out from behind, and his arm just falls out of the sleeve. That will never do, Torsten. Join us. It's so much better here.
No.
If I see a little red balloon, I am so out of here.
They all float, Georgie.
Nope. So, Skrak, are you attacking?
Yep. Do
All
we
right,
need
attack.
initiative?
Anyone who wants to attack, initiative. The rest of you,
I'm running
away.
like a coward up the stairs.
All right,
I'm protecting her and the llamas.
18.
18. Okay.
Let me get my initiative going since I've already
17.
attacked. 5.
Woo. All right.
And I presume we're all just going backwards,
You
following
can
them
only
up.
assume for yourself, sir, because
True.
right now it is not your turn. It is Skrak's turn.
True. I'm shutting up. Shutting up.
I'm gonna swat down the guy that just lost his arm.
All right. There's a little distance you have to cover, but not your full movement.
All right. Okay. Gonna go in. Does an 18 hit?
18 definitely hits.
All right. So he is gonna take. Oh yeah, 12 points.
Nice.
Swat.
So as you come down, you kind of jump up a little bit, and your talons just rake down the front of him. His jaw completely just comes off of his face like a knife through hot butter, or a hot knife through butter. And the front of his robes are just decimated, and it is all blood and gore. And one thing rises up. You think it's his tongue, but it's doing this now.
Mm,
Yummy. Rusty,
yeah.
your turn.
All right. Rusty reaches in his pocket and throws a handful of pocket sand at the abbot.
20 feet away.
So, wisdom 13 DC.
Okay.
This is vicious mockery, by the way, just reflavored.
Okay. Yeah, he got a 7.
All right, he takes 3 points of damage and has disadvantage on his next attack.
Doesn't matter. Because as you throw the sand, it carries on the breeze, and as it strikes him in the eyes, it begins to make little embers glow in his actual eyeballs. And he just kind of heads back like this. The tongue proboscis opens up a little bit like a flower, snaps a couple of times, and then he falls. The 6 monks look down, look back up at all of you, and their eyes blink this way as they begin
Nope.
running.
Nope.
That's
Nope.
not right.
Nope. Nope.
I'm
That's not
complete my
right.
movement to back up the stairs.
Where are they running? Away or towards?
Towards
Oh.
Skrak.
Keep going, girl.
16 hit.
Yes.
Okay. Only does 15 hit.
Yes.
Okay. Those are the only 2 above 10 that I got.
Okay.
Anything below 10 or 10?
No. No. None of that would hit.
So as one of the brothers is he's running at you, and you recognize him as his head kind of flops a little bit and cracks back into place. He was the one that was found on the farm.
Mm.
He jumps up and lands on you and starts to try to bite you.
Just got a lot of stuff to get through.
3 points
All right.
of
3
piercing
points.
damage. Natural 20 from Brother John, who
Uh-oh.
instead of jumping up, just dives forward and spins his body and latches onto one of your legs. You hear all of his bones cracking as he just completely entwines your front leg. with his body. It should not bend that way, and bones are not that jointed, but his do, and eventually he's biting on you as well. Only 4 points of damage. Piercing.
Don't enjoy this.
Torsten, what are you doing?
I am speaking the word of balance again to the brothers that I can see. So Constitution save of 13.
Okay. Nope. 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 No. Yes. Yes. 2 of them.
All right. So those guys take 2 radiant damage.
Okay. Everybody else take 4.
No, the ones that
It failed.
yeah, the ones that failed take 2 points of damage.
Okay. Radiant, you said?
Yes.
So as the radiance washes over them, almost like a light flame in a sheet towards them. The 2 that it doesn't hit are the one that's wrapped around Scrack's leg and one of the ones that missed. But the others, as they're hit with it, you see some of their flesh just melt away like wax. And as they crack their heads and look back at you, you can see glowing scales from the heat underneath their face, or where their face once was. And with that,
And I use my movement to go up the stairs.
okay, ladies,
We've made it to the top. We finally we're standing
yeah,
in
you
front of the
haven't.
glass.
You know, I just realized when we went shopping, I should have bought leather. I have no armor. I'm awesome.
This is a good conversation to have while these people are attacking.
Yeah. So I'm getting to the top with her, and I see what's going on down there, and I just start pounding on the glass like, open, Dragon Man, open.
There is a trebuchet, a lot of very depressed looking stained glass gnomes, and a little sign hanging on a cave, like it was cartoonishly nailed there. It was like, now hiring.
I pull out my quarterstaff I used to herd sheep, and without knowing I did it, I am going to cast Shillelagh on it, and I'm going to smash the window.
Give me a Constitution saving.
You're so mean.
Poor little gnomes.
That's poor dragon.
9.
He already left.
Yeah, Dragon quit. I'm just trying to get in.
So as you take out your crook and you start to hit the glass with Shillelagh, it doesn't just bounce against the glass, it bounces with force. It shoves the crook into your chest and launches you backwards. You fall back off of the desk, or off the deck, I mean,
Uh-oh.
for 6 points of damage when you land.
Okay.
4 hit points, guys.
Yeah. That's no good.
Scrack, you're up.
All right. There's the guy that hit me, and the guy attached to my leg, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, there's 6 total, but there are only 2 that are attached to you.
Okay. I am going to try to essentially destroy the guy that's on my leg.
Okay.
Like, find his head, swat it, rake my claws through the human rubber band that he has turned into on my leg.
All right.
So, does a 21 hit?
21 barely hits.
Yeah. All right, 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. As you rake your claws across him, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is stand on your back legs
Yeah.
and just rip into him. You hear as your claws penetrate the flesh, and as it rakes down, he doesn't even scream. He just cracks his head and looks directly at you with blood coming out of his face as two fangs pop forward and he bites you again.
Uh-oh.
This time doing 5 points of poison damage.
Okay. Well, that is nearly me, but I was going to say my bonus action, I'm going to do a second wind on my turn. So I get a D10 plus 1. All right, so I get 9 points back.
Nice.
All right.
All right. It is Rusty's go. What you
He's
got,
gonna
Rusty?
whereas he's gonna raise his hand at the one that's attacking Scrack, and he says the words Verum Cantoris. Casts Word of Radiance. So that's a Sacred Flame. Save of 13.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Just the one.
And no.
It's only on the one.
He didn't
Oh.
do Word of Radiance. He did
Oh, I'm
Sacred
sorry.
Flame.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sacred Flame only for the one. Yeah. None of them made.
So he takes 1 point of radiant damage.
Woo.
1 point.
Which one were you?
1 point.
Wow. Rolling.
Which
Level 1, folks. He's gonna move further back upstairs if he can.
Yeah.
It is their go. They're gonna focus on the owlbear. 3, 3, 16, 7,
Where's
15,
Haskar in all this?
and 9.
2 hits.
Haskar?
Yeah, where's our other meat shield?
Oh, that's true. Haskar didn't roll.
Yeah.
Okay. I will adjust. Quick. Okay, I see you.
I am a
Haskar.
first level meat shield.
Right?
One
No.
whole level.
Brian's not here. I'm sorry. I'm running the game, man. The character. I'm sorry. So as that 1 point of damage, we'll say, goes to Brother John, who is rubber banded around the owlbear's hand. You see Haskar run in and level his hammer and takes a wide swing. Managed to hit. Did a decent amount of damage. Comes back around, and as he raises his hammer, bear, foot down now. And he squishes Brother John's skull.
Cool.
Now, Torsten, if you want to take your turn.
I feel much better having a second fighter in this particular.
Oh, me too.
skirmish.
Believe me. When you, like, here are these 6 guys. They want to go
fine.
after the owlbear.
Uh,
Y'all
You guys are getting injured
running
from fighting.
upstairs.
Yeah, you guys are getting injured from fighting. I basically hit a door and then went, oh
Yes. You nearly killed yourself entirely voluntarily.
I point my mace at one of the other brethren and cast guiding bolt
All right.
on them. 18 hit.
18 hits. Which one are you going for? Well, the random guys or the one that's attached to the owlbear?
Well, the one that was attached to his legs already smashed to pieces.
There was one I was back to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to hit. I don't want to hit Scrag. I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure about that. So just one of the other random ones that are standing there, and that's going to be 21 points of damage.
All right. So as you fire this off, you see Brother Skinnerd lumber around half of his face melted, and he runs at you directly. And as you release it, it's just from his pelvis and legs moving. There's nothing left but goo, and it still kind of kicking.
I was going to say, and guiding bolt is also radiant damage.
Yes.
Just by the by.
Yes, I think that's what's most effective here.
Well, yeah, I did over 20 points of damage to him and dropped him. Okay, so. Okay.
Word of radiance, Rusty. Word of radiance.
Ladies. What's
I'm
going on?
laying on the ground contemplating my life choices.
As you are looking up at the underside of the tree, you can see two llama heads kind of looking over.
Me too.
I'm just,
Right.
I'm gonna reach my hand up towards the stair, and if DM will allow this, thorn whip, anything smaller or larger than me gets pulled 10 feet towards me. If I hit the tree branch, could I pull myself 10 feet up?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, so I'm like reaching, and I'm just like, I want to go up there, and then a whip of thorns hits the branch below their feet, and it pulls me up to the thingy.
Okay. Green vines shoot from the ground and twine around your arm and then fly forward. Large thorns jut out, blossom from every angle, and embed into the bark of a outcropping branch, and you get yanked up violently, 10 feet.
Oh yeah, just oh god, arm hurts, and I'm up there now. I'm like, that hurt. I don't want to do that again.
Aside from watching this human be a yo-yo, what are you doing, Daisy?
I am continually knocking on the window, hoping someone will answer that since we obviously can't break in, hoping the wizard will hear me as I'm beating on it and yelling for him.
Make a perception roll real quick for me.
13.
13. You see smoke come out from this cartoonish cave. It's all stained glass, but animated. And then you see the head of the dragon, very grumpy looking, pop out and locks eyes with you. Next, we're going to go to Scrack.
Yeah.
Damn it, dragon.
All right. Guy on my back. Try to pull him off
Okay.
and throw him around. Does a natural 20 hit?
Absolutely it does.
Yeah.
It hits him
does.
and his mama.
All right. So, only 8 points. That's 2 dice. Yeah.
That's fine.
I did less damage than non-crit. So 8 points damage.
Okay.
And yank him off my back.
You latch your claws into him and you try to pull him off of you. He does not come off, but you land forward and there's cloth and skin and a few bones that have become detached. The rest of you
I
who
like
can
just scooped a chunk out of him, basically.
basically, the rest of you who can see this see spider legs just start cropping out from his back.
Nope.
Rest of
Nope.
you, turn.
Nope.
I didn't need to sleep tonight.
Not counting the one just on Scrack's back. How many are left?
There are 5 total, 4 on the ground, 1 on Scrack's back.
Frig. We need to get out of here, guys.
Running's always an option.
Rusty is going to hold out a hand. See, this worked before. Cast Sublime. Sleep. So I'm not going to put on the one that's on Scrack's back,
Okay.
but I'm going to try to aim for the other ones. Yes. Okay, so 25 hit points worth of them go to sleep.
Okay.
Does sleep work on undead?
Okay.
Don't know.
I didn't think.
I'm level 1. I don't know how this stuff works, man.
So on sleep is a humanoid. Creatures. Okay. That'll work. So you see a few of them kind of lose focus and drop to a knee and then to their hands. All reaching out, not quite down though. However, natural 20 for Haskar as it's like, oh yeah, this is something I can get behind. And he raises his hammer and starts swinging. He's got a couple that are already prone. With a natural 20, he's going to hit not just one, but carry it through to another one. Doing, he does 13 is what I rolled. Times 2.
Oh, that's nice.
Heads blossom as 2 more are felled. Sorry, I don't get to play very often.
That's what we need.
So now you just have 2 and 1 on Scrack's back. Torsten?
I'm gonna run towards Scrags and be like, I do believe it's time to go, chap. And I'm going to attack the one that's on his shoulder with my mace.
Okay.
For 22.
That's the attack roll?
Yes.
Yeah, it hits.
22 of it.
For 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Okay. So as you are hitting it with the mace, you break through a couple of those spider legs and it just flattens out in a death throw and flumps off on the ground, leaving the 2 that are still on the ground trying their best to regain their composure and get up and attack. But sorry, words are hard. You have actually freed Scrack from any of the hangers on. And ladies, you're up.
Just pleading with the dragon, please open the door, please open the door, please open the door, please open the door.
Are you vining up more?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm gonna get up there and then plead with the dragon.
The dragon is looking at you rather disgusted and kind of goes, points to the sign.
Dragon, I will punch the wizard in the nose if you want me to, if you will just let us in. There are creatures coming. It is not going to be pretty, and we have the wizard stuff. He told us to come back.
Make a persuasion with advantage.
You had him and punch him in the nose.
16 and 4.
Oh no.
I think we'll take the 16.
Yeah, let's try and take to 16.
The dragon's kind of like,
That's what advantage rolls are for.
yep.
All right,
It's the opening.
Daisy, Hall & Oates, run like hell. Guys, the door is open. Join us. Run away.
There's only 2 left, right?
Yep.
Yes, but we don't know
Fuck
if they're
these
going to
guys.
start moving again.
Yeah, fuck
They're-
these guys. I am
They're
totally.
they're already the moving dead.
Yeah, I'm finishing the job. I will turn them into the no longer moving dead.
So
All
we
right.
don't know if once they're dead, if they're going to start moving again. Scrags.
I think kill the spider inside and they'll stop moving.
So you're making an attack roll?
Yes.
All right, go for it.
All right.
Does he happen to have advantage because they're prone?
Yeah,
It does.
they're prone. Okay,
Yep,
good.
They are prone.
Good. All right, because that went. That's much better.
There you
21
go.
hits. Yeah. For 10 points of damage, I just stomp on one.
Oh yeah.
So the spiders, where they're like in the back.
Well, only
Of
one of
these.
them sprouted anything
Okay,
arachnid-like.
I see.
So
I
far.
see. Okay, so I stomp one of them for 10 points.
Okay. As he stomped down, you hear the shoulder blades and the spine crack and shatter.
Mhm.
The one that hasn't been too damaged looks at Rusty specifically and goes, "You don't want to do this. The Vistus will eat you."
Yeah, I do a lot of things I don't want to do. I had to pay taxes today.
Ish.
Ish.
Hey,
Kind of.
excellent point, well made.
Rusty, it is your turn.
All right, helps if I unmute. Here we go. Raise my hand and again, Sacred Flame.
Okay.
That's a 13.
13. That hits.
No, it's the Dex saving throw.
Oh, is it
Oh,
Dexterity saving throw.
Sorry.
13.
My bad. Yeah, you got a 10.
Right.
prone?
4 radiant damage.
Woo!
So as the spell hits this one, he still looks at you and he's like, "Levistus will take you." And his head just completely bottom jaw unhinges.
Oh man, they're the thing.
Let's go!
This is John Carpenter.
Smash.
Smash! Ugh.
Good dwarf.
Does a 14 hit, Rusty? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So as his bottom jaw is now on top and it unhinges like this, teeth elongate and sharpen, and he starts scrambling forward on hands and feet like an animal.
Does he pass through anyone's back range?
Let's see. He would get through. Well, he was close to Scrack. He's not close to Haskar. Torsten. So Scrack and Torsten.
Do they get an attack of opportunity?
So I want to take it.
No, you better believe it.
Yeah, totally. Are you kidding me? I'll take it. Oh, 24. I am rolling good tonight.
Nice. Yeah, you are.
24.
And I rolled an 11.
Oh, except for damage.
Balance, right?
Only
Balance.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Yeah.
So, Torsten, as you almost like slugger baseball bat try to hit this former colleague, he's running on all fours. He spins upside down and continues running upside down on all fours, being missed completely. However, a large paw of claws just slams down into his chest and rakes him back. And he squeals.
It's the thing.
It's my favorite
right.
Vietnam story. Anyway.
All right.
So now it is Torsten's turn.
Well, I'm gonna make up for that miss.
That's
No,
right.
I'm not.
Ah, you got any inspiration?
Yeah, I wish.
Uh,
No, I rolled a 9.
Okay. Yeah.
I was worried about not hitting Scrax.
There you go.
I was like, I'm gonna kill it. Oh wait, no. Scrax. Scrax bigger than looks.
I'm taking up too big
Yeah.
an arc of your vision.
Oscar misses as well. Ladies, are you just chilling in, wondering where the guys are?
No, I'm looking over the edge, watching all this chaos.
Thanks so much.
I'm yelling for Busby. You stupid ass gnome, where are you? And this is the first time Riona has swore.
I'm busy.
I'm making sure
no.
the llamas don't go running down because they're scared of the stained glass or the scary house that Riona's taken them into.
I thought the dragon opened the
Fair
door for
enough.
you guys.
Paul is freaked out. He's pooping everywhere. Oats, surprisingly calm.
So screaming at the top of my lungs for him.
So we know which herbs Oates has been eating and
Yeah.
Right. So Strack, you are up.
all right. So there's the guy that was heading towards Rusty.
You got the
that
last
I-
guy pinned down. He's all
Did it.
yours.
Did I get
There's two.
did he yeah, there was two, and then there was a guy in front of me, right? That I had attacked in the previous round.
Well, you've pinned the one that was after Rusty.
Right. I'm gonna try to finish him off.
Okay.
So pinned, do I get advantage?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so all right, that's a 14 and a 16.
Both
So,
hit.
okay. Well, no, it's just that's the advantage rolls.
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
saying both hit.
Yeah. So 8 points of damage.
Oh yeah. As you pressure down and you extend your claws, you just put your other paw on his back where his shoulders and head are and just separate him.
Finish him.
And this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Glad that I'm providing good spectator
No, I
entertainment.
thought that was the last dude though.
No, it's the guy that was running towards Rusty. I
Yeah.
had one pinned. Is he dead?
Speaking of Rusty, what are you doing?
Rusty wants everyone to get in the effing tree, but he is going to hold an action to cast Pocket Sand if this thing gets up and attacks anyone.
Okay. Good to know. All right.
Smart guy.
It is now the bad guy's turn.
All right.
As you turn and look at the last one, there's nothing there. You do see as a sewer grate falls into place.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
That pat Scrax on the back. Well done.
They were soft.
Yes, soft and squishy. Now let's go make sure the ladies are okay.
I'm gonna go over to the fireplace and where we saw Busby turning the little handle, I'm like trying to yank it, twist it to open up the stupid fireplace.
Yeah. Make a history check for me.
I rolled a natural 1. +1.
Natural 1. You're moving all of the things everywhere you can. You're just clanging them all together and eventually just pick up the whole thing and nothing is going on.
Nothing is going right. I am upset. I am hurt for the first time, really.
So as you do this, the others make it upstairs and they are just covered in ick. They've got some bites, they got some scratches. Your llamas, one is still freaking out and just dribbling constantly from both ends. A bookshelf pushes in towards the wall and goes up, and you see Davidos Busby walk out.
What's that smell? Oh, you're back.
And that's where we're gonna leave it.
Mm. I
Bye,
might
everybody.
strangle a gnome. See you next week.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share,
Maybe
subscribe, do all
apple,
those wonderful
maybe
things, and
humans.
don't forget, love your faces. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
There we go.